Hello everyone and welcome to TVON. My name is Joanne, continuing to fill in for Lauren while she's feeling a bit under the weather. And we have a great show for you today. We still have a lot of brand new, we still have a lot of old coming out from the vault. And of course, while Lauren is feeling under the weather, please shoot your comments and well wishes her way. I'm sure she'd be very happy to read your kind words. And yeah, we have a lot of great brand new today and we're very excited to bring it to you. And of course, if you have any requests, I know we have a couple from yesterday that someone would like to see. So if you are the person who requested those Brazilian Paraiba quartz, we do have those for you. We'd be happy to bring it to you. Just give us a call and we'll be happy to present them. If you are anything like our new registers over there, then yeah, give us a call, let us know what you want to see, and we'll be happy to bring it out for you. So without further ado, let's start with our first item of the day. It's also something brand new we have on the wheel. This is going to be item number 1130441. And similarly to yesterday, we had a couple of great diamond deals, but for one person only, this is going to be a very similar scenario. This is our 1 carat 02 round white diamond band set in this sort of hexagonal honeycomb shape almost band, almost reminiscent of a wonder ring as well. And this is actually set in the platinum. Very first item of the day, and it's quite a winner if I do say so myself. Yeah, this is very, very new. Look at that item number 1130441. We're already almost in the 500s already for our item numbers. So yeah, very, very new for this one too. And this is we're going to do something quite great on this one. 1 carat 02 band, we don't usually see those very often anymore. I mean, the one in the center, of course, it's slightly bigger, but let's assume they're all the same. That means you're getting about 33 points in each stone at least. So yeah, this is going to be something great. Now for usually 1 carat bands, once it usually gets up to that price, especially with the price of gold these days, I mean this is set in platinum, so it's a little bit different, but just 1 carat diamond bands in general, they are getting up there in price, even for us. I remember back in the day when we could bring you 1 carat diamond bands and have them for under $800. Those days are long gone, let me tell you. In fact, I'm pretty sure now our half caraters are our half caraters are probably more than $1,000 right now. I'm not sure, but you guys can always fact check me on tvon.com if you guys don't know where to shop our existing jewelry or our existing inventory. Go ahead and double check our website just in case you are unfamiliar. And this one was supposed to go out for $6,926. That is the price I have on my bag. But we don't want to do that today for our first item of the day, and this is going to be for my first item. We got to bring the deals for our very first item. $69.26 is not going to be your price. It's not even going to be $59.99 or $49.99 or even $39.99. And I just love this little band. We all know and love our wonder rings here where it comes to that iconic chevron point. This is a much more subtle way. I wish we had two so we could stack them like we do wonder rings, but this one is a one only, so this one will have to stand on its own. But I think there's also something really great if you do decide to wear it as a ring guard to have just one. It gives it that great sort of slight hug to it versus it totally encapsulating your existing ring. And it won't be $39.99 or even $29.99. Or even $19.99 for one color only. And of course, just because we're bringing you the great deals, we still do free sizing, free shipping, all that jazz. $19.99 is not going to be $18.88. It's not going to be not even $17.77 for a 1 carat 3 stone diamond band. Let me go ahead and try this one on for you because it is a very, very unique ring. I feel like it's a very different way. We have had 3 stone diamond bands in the past. I think we've had it in ever since the beginning of the year, I think we did have one, but that was a 2 carat, so still a little bit different. But 1 carat's a very easy size to wear, I would say. And it's not going to be $19.99. Let's just get it out the door. First item of the day, gotta get the show going. Let's make it $16.99 for this 1 carat 02 diamond designer band ring. Back on the wheel it goes. Ooh, if it wants to get it off my finger here. And like I said, to keep it in perspective, the most comparable frame of reference I can come up with was we had a oval diamond band just a couple weeks ago. If you remember, it was our wave band with the oval diamond. That was a 30-point diamond. I believe that was going for $777. So if we apply the same logic here, you get 3 30-point stones. This one should be well over $2,100, but we are doing something kind of crazy. We decided to bring you the best deal possible for this one ring. And it doesn't have to stay in the platinum, but you can still get your size and all that jazz. So yeah, we took $500 off the price tag of what it should have been from the previous ring. And yeah, doing crazy things on this Saturday morning. I don't think I've been here on a Saturday yet. So this is very odd for me to come here when my energy is up and I've just had my morning coffee. It's very, very strange. I'm sure I'm probably joining some of you guys for brunch, so thank you for having me virtually if I am at your brunch table. Yeah, I do love myself a Saturday brunch, although I don't get to do that very often because I'm usually here on Saturday mornings answering your phone calls. So thank you to everyone who calls in, and thank you to everyone who answers, because that's not me today. $16.99. All right, let's move it along. We got a lot of great items today, so we kind of have to, I want to be able to show you as much jewelry as possible. Of course, sometimes plans get rearranged because we have requests and all that. So of course, if you do have those, give us a comment, give us an email, send smoke signals, give us a call, let us know. All right. Moving on, I feel like our first items of the day have to be some very spectacular deals, or they have to be really, really new. This one does happen to fit both of those criteria, but this next one might have it beat. All right, let's take that away for the moment. And next up we have these, we have some turquoise studs, and they want to jump around today. Wow, they're like runaway studs. They're jumping beans almost. This is item number 1130621. Oh, I see what's going on. There's a little bit of glue on my tweezers, so they keep trying to stick to them. Let's see. Let's stay. Yeah, these tweezers are not my friend today. But yes, item number is 1130621. These are our tiny little pear-shaped turquoise studs with 86 points total weight in the pear-shaped turquoise. And these are set in the yellow gold 14 karat, and they do have to stay that way. And there is only one pair. So this is for the true minimalists in your life, unless you are that minimalist. We always get requests for jewelry with their favorite stone, but without any diamonds. And we usually have to say, I'm sorry, we don't have any, because it's true. About 99.9% of our jewelry all has some form of diamonds on it. So if you are not that type of person, if you're looking for something super minimal, super everyday, super just pop them on, forget about it. In fact, these are actually, I would say they're probably even small enough to fit your second piercing if you would like something a little bit different for your second piercing. I know I usually for my second piercing like to have either a very, very simple hoop with no diamonds or just a stud with no diamonds, just like a little tiny gold ball or bar. So if you want something different for your second piercing, I feel like this would be a great option as well. And this one, last time we had it up here, I believe was for $9.99, but we kind of want to do something really special on this one. You know, we've had a lot of tiny little studs before, but we want to, thank you. Wow, the magical jewelry fairies are hearing me in the back. They brought me a pair of tweezers with no glue. But yes, $49.99 is not going to be for this one. Actually, last time I believe we had it up here, they were for $999. But we want to do something special for this Saturday morning. I know probably I'm not much of a morning person. I woke up very early today so I felt like I had more energy when I got here. But if you guys are morning people and you happen to be with me, welcome. And $9.99 they're not going to be, $8.99 they're not going to be, or even $7.99. These are such a great everyday pair of studs. Let me just show one against the hand so you can see exactly what kind of size we're talking about. As you can see, very, very minimal, nothing much to it, but you can still clearly see the gold encasing that turquoise. And like I said, I feel like this would be a great option for a second piercing. If that is what you're looking for, even for a first piercing, perhaps you have a relative in your life, you'd like to give them their first pair of high fine earrings. This would be a great pair. And $7.99, they're not. Let's go back on the wheel. Not going to be $7.99 or even $6.99 or even $5.99. One pair only. Yeah. Let's just make it $399. First couple items of the day, we gotta bring the deals. $399 for the minimalist in your life. And Sleeping Beauty Turquoise is one of those stones where that goes with pretty much everything. I feel like this sort of robin's egg blue is very universal, similar to how everyone says black goes with everything, white goes with everything. They should probably include that to say robin's egg blue goes with everything. Sleeping Beauty Turquoise goes with everything. If you really think about it, if you're into that sort of royal blue outfit, Sleeping Beauty Turquoise would go with that. If you're into fire engine red, I feel like this would look great as a contrast as well. There's not many things where this shade of stone just would clash. Okay. Next in our lineup, I know yesterday we debuted those faceted crystal opals, and that was a fantastic stone. And because I was such a big fan of those, management was so gracious and decided to gift me with another one to show for you today. Look at that. Very, very different from the one we had yesterday. This one is going to be item number 1130762. In contrast to the one from yesterday, this is a round. This is going to be our 4-carat 55 round faceted opal. Round faceted crystal opal with 12 points in pink diamond. So as you can see, on either side, on the left and right of this stone, there are actually 2 pink diamonds, 6 points each in the round. And you have, in addition to all that, you have 48 points in the white diamonds surrounding the whole thing and going along the band, forming this sort of almost really big eye shape. Yeah, the faceted crystal opal, if you are unaware, normally our crystal opals come in that sort of cabochon shape. It has the dome to it. This one, we just yesterday brought our very first faceted piece, and we only have a couple of them. We don't have very many from what I remember, because I remember entering all of these in one go. And this is one of them. I think this is one of the larger ones. And as you can see, with the facets, it has a very different look to your normal cabochon stone. With the cabochons, they look more like confetti pieces, always just fluttering by and changing as they move. With the facets, I feel like the glow and the color stay much more constant. As you can see, the flashes of green, red, and even those little bits of dark blue, they just kind of stay still as the wheel moves and the camera is capturing the light. And even from different angles, you can kind of see different colors. Like if you're looking through the camera here, you're seeing mostly green and red, but if I look from up here, you actually can see more of the yellow from where I'm standing looking down at the wheel. And crystal opals are definitely another one of those stones where you have to see it in person to truly capture how unique and beautiful they are. They're not something that can be easily captured on a camera or on your TV, only because it's very hard to capture that sort of separation of light through a lens. You have to make sure your environment is right for if you want to film it or photograph it. You need to make sure the lighting is perfect. It's just a very, very difficult thing to do. Believe me, this is similar to sphenes. This is one of those stones where I despise taking photos of. And right now it's also on a white background, which is usually also not ideal for a crystal opal. But if we have something that's black, I can show it too against a black background. That's where the colors really pop. But yes, this one, for our second ever faceted crystal opal, was supposed to go out at $79.99, but that will not be our price today. And this one is definitely also bigger. So if you saw the one from yesterday and you thought, well, I like it, but I would really like to wear something with more presence, I want something that makes more of a statement, this would be the one for you. $79.99 it's not going to be, or $69.99, or even $59.99. Let me go ahead and try it on for you. Yeah, this one definitely is a lot bigger than the one from a couple days ago. As you can see, even from a distance, you can kind of see the difference in light from this far, from how far I am standing to the camera. You definitely see more of the reds, but as you move closer, if you can't tell, I'm trying to move my hand closer, you see more of those greens and even those blues, as you can see intermittently flashing throughout that stone. Not going to be $59 or $49 or even $3,999. Yeah, this is kind of a great way to wear around in that sort of, with that point on either side. Again, it almost looks like just a really big eye looking at you and everyone in the studio. $39.99 is not, or even $2,999 for my second ever only faceted crystal opal. Let's just make it $1,999. You're getting that 4.5 carat in that stone with almost half a carat in white diamonds, and in addition you get pink diamonds to go along with it. This is truly, truly a great debut piece. And back on the wheel it goes. Oh, the turquoise earrings are gone. I knew those would go. That's why we had to make it second, because if we had it any later, we would have a problem. Because I'm not in the phone bank, we're technically a man down in terms of operators today. So, yeah. Usually we say we don't have many operators. Today, it's however many we normally have minus one. All right, $19.99 for the faceted crystal opal. All right. Yes, and looks like we are busy on the phone lines for a Saturday morning. Usually the very first 30 minutes to an hour of a Saturday, it's not always super packed, but today we have a decent amount of viewers. Maybe everyone's just trying to stay in for brunch. Yes. All right. Let's move on from the crystal opals and bring out something that I don't think actually, you know what? I know for a fact I have never shown this, because prior to this week, I have not been up here in about 2 years. So this is like a real throwback for me, an extended throwback for me. So let's move this aside. Next up, we have what is that? We have a purple Paraiba, or as we like to label on our bags, they're copper-bearing tourmalines. Don't want to get in trouble there. Copper-bearing tourmalines is basically the official term for Paraibas. This is item number 1130226. Now, I have not presented these, but we have seen quite a few of them on our show, at least I have, in the phone banks. But this is my first time I get to present them. And this one is, yes, our 1 carat 58 cushion copper bearing with 13 points in those baguettes and half a carat in those rounds. So you do get those two different types of diamonds to sort of complement that stone. You get, with the two different shapes of diamonds, you get two different types of flash. So you just get basically a variety of sparkle with this ring. And we have seen a lot of these, and because you probably have, prior to TVON, I have never even heard of Paraibas being in this shade of purple. We've seen really light lavenders, almost kunzite color copper-bearing tourmalines in the past, purple Paraibas in the past, but it wasn't until about 6 months ago when we brought these that we saw such vivid color. And we've had everything from 5 carats to really, really tiny ones. This is kind of the perfect middle ground at 1.5 carats. And then, of course, you have those 60 points in diamonds all around it, all in that sort of split shank double band style. Now, for this one, we were supposed to let it go for $12,000. I mean, forget about the purple of it all, Even normal neon Paraibas, the price is going up every single time there's a trade show. Every time we go and ask around, do you have any Paraibas? What is the price you're asking for Paraibas right now? They've been adding like $2,000 to the previous price tag every single time we go and ask. It is getting crazy. So imagine what it would be like for something that you can't really find at most Paraiba dealers. When we go and ask if there are any pink or purpley copper bearings, the answer is usually no, I've never even heard of that. So this is truly, truly almost an exclusive stone to us. If you have found it anywhere else, I've also heard from other customers on the very few occasions where they have seen it somewhere else, the prices are probably hitting over 50, 60, 70 grand for a stone maybe half the size. So this one we're going to do a great deal on, and $12,000 is not going to be, because that is not what I think is a great deal. Not going to be 12. It's not even going to be 10. It's not even going to be $99.99 today for this one. And this one is a one only. I wish we could bring a million of these, but for a stone with this size, you know, very wearable, we are usually very limited. Every single stone you see is most likely, we only have one. So if you want to get a pair and match with your bestie, probably not going to happen, at least in terms of if you want the same exact ring with the same exact stone. If you just want the same color, that is more manageable. But yeah, $99.99 it is not going to be today. Not going to be $99 or $89 or $79.99. Let me go ahead and try this one on for you. And because it's such a super duper rare stone, we decided to upgrade it to that 18 karat gold for you, and it does have to stay in the 18 karat white gold. But you know what? With this sort of rarity and a stone where the color is really truly the highlight of this ring, or what am I saying? Where the stone is truly the highlight of the ring, yeah. I would definitely like to keep it in the white. It just makes everything look, we don't want to distract from the color. That's what I'm trying to say. And $79.99 it is not. It's not going to be $69.99 or even $5,999. $59.99 is not. And back on the wheel it goes. If you guys hear some sniffling today, I apologize. It is the morning, and my allergies tend to act up when it's in the morning. So that we also get to deal with that today. But hopefully it will go away as the show goes on. And $59.99 it is not going to be today. We brought it down to a brand new low. And yeah, it's only the first sixth of the show. I mean, 3 hours divided by 2 is before the half hour mark even. So we gotta bring the deals today. 59 is not, 49 is not, it's not even gonna be $39.99. I also just really love this mounting. I kind of wish we had more rings in this mounting. I feel like this would look great with like a mandarin, which we do have today, just not in this mounting. But it would look great in I think a mandarin would look fantastic. If we had any, savorites, that would also look great in this mounting. We also have savorites today, again, not in this mounting, but you know, a girl can dream. $39.99 is not, or even $29.99. Brand new markdown today, let's just make it $2,699. If you have been eyeing those purple Paraibas and think, wow, I would really love to have one of those, but I would never wear a 5 karat stone around every single day. Well, then this is the one for you. This would be the perfect size. It's not too big where it would distract from everything you're doing, get caught in everything, maybe feel way down your hand. But you can still see that it is a purple Paraiba. Like, you can still tell, or maybe you just want to save your big, gigantic purple Paraibas for those special occasions and just have this for the everyday, you know? When in doubt, have both, right? Okay, and if you did miss it yesterday, those Brazilian Paraiba in quartz that I had, they are both still here, but I have it upon request that someone wanted to see it today. So if you are one of those people, please give us a call. We have that fantastic bridge split half and half Brazilian Paraiba in quartz, and then we have the cushion where the Paraiba is framed by the quartz. So Two both very exceptional pieces. If you'd like to see it, please give us a call. Okay. All right. Moving on. We actually do have a wheel today. Usually when I do these shows, when I'm filling in, I don't usually get a wheel. We like to save that to the professionals. Maybe it's probably because I can't juggle more than one thing at once, but today I suppose they felt like they had more faith in me and decided to actually give me a wheel. So let's just bring it out. I mean, it's not even the end of the first hour yet, and it's my show. I can do what I want. So as you can see, we have 3 very different star sapphires, but I wouldn't say any one is better than all the others. They're all very, very different in their own right. You have that sort of cornflower blue sort of shade. You have one that's more of that magenta purple, and then one that's more of that cool blue tone purple. So all very, very different, and they all have that natural phenomena where they have the star. And as you can see, I would say the one in the center there with those pink diamonds, that would be the one with the most prominent stars. But they all do clearly still have that 6-pointed light in the stone. And they're just following the light as they are turning on that wheel. All right, so let's just give you some stats here. And also let me just move this one so that it is in frame just a little bit more. There we go. We want to be able to see all of them. Okay, so they are all unheated, I believe. Yes, all unheated star sapphires. That first one we have is going to be the one on the right there. That is going to be our 2-carat 16 magenta oval unheated star with 62 points in that single halo of white diamonds around it. You have that sort of blue purple. I can't think of the name for that color, but I'm sure it'll come to me. That's our 1-carat 75, so that one is going to be the smallest of the bunch, but just because it is the smallest, do not count it out. It still has 15 points in pink diamonds in that halo around it, and then half a carat in the white diamond halo. And then last but certainly not least, the largest one in this entire group, we have the 2-carat 72 oval cornflower blue star, with 60 points in diamonds. So that one is the largest stone with the most diamond weight. It has baguettes primarily, but also has a couple rounds in there. So they're all very, very different rings, very, very different styles. I believe that there is one that suits every person. And these are all valued at over $9,000. That's what each one of these is going to go out for. But I can tell you right now, you can get all 3 and not even pay $9,000. We're going to do something kind of crazy on this wheel. Because I feel like because management thinks I can't handle more than one thing at once, we got to sell these out just to prove them wrong. $9,000 is not going to be. I think if I had to choose one, I really like that one in the center. Even though it is the smallest stone, it does have the strongest star pattern. And I just kind of love that sort of bluish purple color compared to the pink diamonds. I think it's such a nice contrast. Of course, that blue is also very classic, that cornflower shade. Recently, we've been getting a lot of requests for cornflower sapphires, which I think I have one later today, but we don't have very many at all. Usually when people ask for cornflowers, it has to fit a very specific criteria for us to be able to fulfill that request. Sometimes we get requests for something super, super small or really big, but with a small price tag, which we can't usually do. Well, this one is going to fit that. If you've been looking for a large that sort of cornflower blue color and you get a star with it, this would be that ring. But for any one of those rings, it's not going to be $9,000. It's not even going to be $7,000 or even $5,000 for any single one of these. And let me just go ahead one by one, try them on. These are truly a very exceptional wheel. I don't think we ever had a star wheel. Actually, that's not true. We've probably had wheels with stars in them before. I don't think we had a wheel of all stars, but look at that. As you can see, like I said, I think even though this is a small stone, you can clearly see that star from even this far. And just because it's a small stone doesn't mean that star goes away or is less prominent at all. Like, especially like as my hand is angled like that, if you can see the star is just, it's very, very prominent. So this one is definitely the way I would go. but you know, to each their own. Who am I to tell you what to get? Back on the wheel it goes. $5,000, it is not. It's not even going to be $3,000 for any single one of these. $3,000. At $3,000, you can get all three for under 10 grand. I'm just saying, that's a great deal if you ask me. If you go to any other retailer out there, you probably can't even get one of them for $9,000. And at that price, you can get all three. And yet, we're not stopping there. $3,000, they're not going to be $2,000. They're not even going to be $19.99 today. Yeah, brand new markdown on this beautiful Saturday morning. Not going to be $19.99 or even $18.88. Let's just blow it out. Any single one of them up there, we're going to make each of them $1,777. And all of them, I believe, do have to stay in the way they're shown. So unfortunately, there's no choice in gold color here, but I do think the designers did pick the best choice for each of the stones. They really put into a lot of thought on what would look best with each of them. They probably sat them down side by side, did all the sort of color tests, swatches. I say swatches because I am a fashion major, so I deal with a lot of fabric swatches and a lot of color comparison, that sort of thing. But yeah, I imagine jewelry design is very similar. The cornflower, the blue one, thank you so much. So the blue one is gone. Looks like our two purples remain. I do think that all these are gonna go out the door today. Yeah, thank you so much. Please let me know who got that once you know. Ooh, I know sometimes it does take a bit of time to look up each and every customer. Yeah, oh, I didn't try that one on. How, wow, rookie mistake on my part. All right, here is that blue cornflower star on the hand. As you can see, still has a very prominent star, but it's like less of a 6-point and more of a 4-pointed. Yeah. I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I couldn't hear you. Yeah, no problem. All right. 1777 for this one, and I think it's verifying, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they should be seeing it on their screen right now. I have a pretty good guesstimation of when our display delay is. And back on the wheel we go. Yes, and it does have to stay in the platinum. And if they're curious, it's currently, I believe, it's size 6.5. And it looks like our operators are doing little spoilers today because they've been getting sneak peeks. How did they know we have a kunzite today? Let's just do a quick flash while this wheel is spinning. And both of these are still here. I'm assuming you mean this one. Am I right, Andy? All right. Coming up next. Who was that? Kim. Thank you so much, Kim. Okay. Moving on. These two are still here, but I'm sure they won't be for long. So give us a call and let us know, or if you're curious, give us a call if you want to check on availability for anything from the first half of the show. All right. Moving on from the stars, let's do the kunzites next. We did have a spectacular radiant cut kunzite yesterday, and we decided to keep it going with another radiant cut kunzite. Look at that. This one is also brand new today. This is item number 1130884. This is a 10 karat 44 radiant cut kunzite. Same cut as the one from yesterday, but this one is quite a ways bigger. It is a 10 karat as compared to the one from yesterday, I believe was a 4 karat 20. Yeah, this one is 10 karat 44 with a karat 18 in round diamonds and baguettes. You get 2 baguettes on either side and the rest are all rounds. Very, very fun way to set a kunzite, I would say. It's very, very simple, yet you know what? With those baguettes in there, it just kind of adds a bit of spice to it, don't you think? And I'm starting to think we should make all of our kunzites in this sort of that we have in emerald cuts. We should just all convert them to radiant cuts because look at the sparkle on that stone. I think it is unmatched. There's something about the radiant cut in this stone where it just sparkles so about at least 2 times more, I would say. And yes, our 10 karat 44 did go very quickly yesterday, and I'm sure this one will be no different. Supposed to go out at 17,000, but of course, we're not going to do that for you. Actually, give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and polish up that stone. It looks like it got a little bit dirty when I was taking it out of the bag. Let's see. Yeah, that looks better. Wonderful. Yeah, 17 grand is what I have listed here, but we kind of want to make it a similar deal to what we did yesterday, so of course we are not going to do that. Oh, I just love the way it's set with that split shank, those baguettes. You get that not just from the stone, you get those sparkles from the actual diamonds itself with the baguettes and rounds contrasting each other. And I don't know, it's almost like with the radiant cut, the shine, the sparkles, the glow is almost like little blades of light. That's how I would describe how, with this way this stone is cut, it's almost like blades, not flashes, not planes. This is truly, truly like daggers of light just attacking your senses. It is quite amazing, but it's not going to be 17,000. We're not even going to do half of 17,000. We're not even going to make it 8,500. For once, I actually got that right. It's not going to be 8,500 today. And this one, I will say it does have to stay in the white, but with most of our kunzites, we highly, highly, highly recommend you keep in the white. Personally, I don't think it looks good in any other color. For me, white gold with kunzites is the way to go. Unless it has another colored stone with it, then maybe you can do the two-toned, but for kunzites, for me personally, white gold all the way. And 8,500, it's not going to be 7,500 or 6,500 or even 5,599. And let me go ahead and try this one on for you. Yeah, yesterday I feel like the glow could not really be believed until you saw it on the hand, because look at that. I'm just moving my hand the ever so tiniest bit, and you can see how much movement and glow and flash that stone has just from the tiniest little hint of agitation. It is like, it's almost like we put a filter on our cameras, but if you are a new time viewer, we don't do any of that. All of the sparkles you see are natural, and that is what you get when you get the jewelry. Like, that looks like it's a cartoon and we just pasted a bunch of sparklies on it, or it's like a magical spell that it's putting you under. And you don't even get this magical piece for $55.99 or even $45.99. Back on the wheel it goes. I can't believe for the first time it's up here, we're gonna do a price quite like this one. $55.99, it is not gonna be $45.99. We're doing something special with her today. First time up here. I think it's actually my only kunzite today. Let's just make it $3,999 for one collar. Oh, and did I forget to mention that it's an 18 karat gold? That's like the thing I forget the most, is to mention what kind of gold it is. It's an 18 karat gold for our spectacular radiant cut. We really need to bring more of these radiant cut kunzites. It's quickly becoming my favorite cut for this stone. It's giving me ideas for what I want my next birthday gift to myself should be. $39.99. Now, if you missed our last couple shows, you might have not heard, but we have a brand new stone that we've debuted these last couple days that have been going out like crazy, called the red beryls. Now, beryls are a grouping of stones. So beryl refers to stones as emeralds, morganites, and aquamarines. They all belong to the beryl family, and they usually don't come in the red color. And when they do, they are usually below 25 points. If they get anywhere above a quarter of a carat or above half a carat, the price starts to skyrocket like crazy. And we were so very lucky enough to be able to source a couple pieces that pretty much almost sold out on Wednesday. Actually, all of them sold out on Wednesday. But there was a little bit of error in the background here at TVON, and we did miss a couple pieces. So we have been slowly bringing them out over the last couple days. We wanted to, you know, make sure every piece got its chance on the air to go to a great home, and today is no different. Now, I did bring a couple of our museum quality pieces yesterday, some that well exceed the half-carat mark. But today, there was one more that we missed that I thought that everyone should get a chance at. So let's just move on from the kunzite for right now and bring out, yeah, this is this ring's very first debut on the air, and it's a pear shape. This is going to be item number 1130927. This is brand new today. We have a couple of them from yesterday that I will be flashing throughout the show, but this is going to be our brand new one today. I mean, it's the first hour. I feel like it makes sense to do the new. This is going to be our 14-point pear-shaped red beryl with 30 points in diamonds in that band and in that halo around it, giving it that almost, it's more of a polygonal look halo instead of just doing a traditional halo. I feel like with that straight band, that probably would be the correct way to go. And yeah, this is going to be the smallest one out of the ones we have left. I say smallest, 14 points. For any other stone that might be considered small, let me tell you, for red beryls, this is considered monumental. Usually, most of them, they do get under 25 points. In fact, I say many of them are under 25. Truly, most of them are under 10. And when they get below 10 points, it's very hard for us to start setting them into jewelry without having them be tiny little accent stones. So this is definitely for those of you who have been watching our shows for the last couple days and really want to get your hands on a red beryl, but maybe don't necessarily need something that should go to the Smithsonian in the next month or so. This would be the one for you. And this one, also very different from the ones we've had earlier. This is probably the only red beryl that we have that has any sort of design to it. That's not just the classic bridge, classic halo, or anything like that. This is definitely more of a designer ring. Now for this 14-pointer, this was supposed to go out at $69.99, but we anticipate this one going out very quickly. So we want this to be a great deal for one of you out there. All of our red beryls are one-onlys. We wish we could do a million of them, but if you go out into the industry and ask around, you will find out that is near impossible. So yeah, not gonna be $69.99 or $59.99 or even $49.99. Let me try this one on for you. This sort of style has been very popular here at TVON as of late. We've had a couple of versions of this where it's a band and then the stone sitting on top of the band. I believe the most recent we had was a 5 or 6 stone diamond band where it was a band of gold and then the diamonds are sitting on top of the band versus on the band. We also had, I mentioned the oval band earlier with the oval diamond, with the wave band, which by the way, if you guys don't know and you guys saw it and missed it and still want to purchase it, you can always request for us to bring it out for you or place the order with your operator, or you could even shop it at our website at tvon.com. $49.99 is not going to be for this one. It's not even going to be $39.99 or even $2,999. Now, we have had, the ones we had on Wednesday, we did have, I believe, 1 or 2 that were around this carat weight. And I believe that's where we stopped, $29.99. But it is our Saturday morning show, and we want to do something special on this one. Is there a name attached to this request or no? Okay, cool. All right. We do have a request coming up as well. So $29.99, it is not going to be. Back on the wheel, this one goes. Yeah. Last time I think we had, it was a 17-point, and we stopped at $29.99. It's not going to be $29.99. Let's just blow it out. One person only for anyone who wants a red beryl in a more designer mounting, wants something a little bit more special and fancy and unique. Let's just make this $1,999, $19.99 for one caller only. And spoiler alert, this will be the most cost effective. That's not the word I'm thinking of. It's the most affordable one today. Everything else today, I think, clears the quarter carat mark and actually the majority of them actually clears the half carat mark. So if you'd like to see those, just give us a call and let us know. The only other one that is under 1/4 of a carat is actually paired with an emerald, a quite spectacular emerald, if I do say so myself. So yeah, this would definitely be the one for you if you missed out on any of our red beryls previously. All right, and it looks like we do have a request for aqua earrings for Amy. Funnily enough, I thought I had another set of aqua earrings planned for today, but maybe I was mistaken. Let me just do a quick browse here. Yeah, I want to make sure she gets all the options she needs, unless this is a specific item number that she's looking for. Yeah, I do have another pair of aqua earrings as well. Was she looking for this specific pair? Okay. So the next one, the other ones I have is actually more of this sort of Art Nouveau style halo. It's not really a classic halo. So I'll show her request first. But this one is still here. So let's move on and just get to our request, because as much as I like to show all the things I'm excited about, requests usually take priority. You guys are more important. So, wow. And did we pick a great pair for it? Let me just polish that one. My oily hands managed to mar the surface of that stone, but no more. This one is going to be item number 1130239. These are our cushion aquamarine studs with a single halo, but we didn't just keep it in a classic single halo. We added baguettes as well. And this one is our 2-carat 08 total weight cushion Santa Maria Aquamarines. You get 17 points in those baguettes on either side, so you get 4 of them just divided by 4, and that would be each size of those baguettes. And then on top of all of that, you get 26 points in the rounds. So 2-carat 08 studs for the center stone. That means each ear you're getting about 1 carat and 4 points. Actually, let me polish the other one too. That one is like, it's also somehow got a smudge and it got past me the first time around. Yeah, 2-carat 08, which means 1 carat 04 for each ear, and then you get about 20 points in diamonds on each ear in both baguettes and rounds for the diamonds around it. And this is such a great simple stud. We had a pair of morganites yesterday that were also this sort of elongated stud looking, and it was so amazing. I feel like this is a great way if you're not into just plain button style round studs. Cushion cuts, emerald cuts are a great way to go. They just look, they have a lot of presence, and a lot of the times the earrings, the stones look a lot bigger than it actually registers by weight. And this would be no exception. Now for these 2-carat studs, they were supposed to go out at $59.99, but we want to do something very special for our requester Amy, I believe. And yeah, so $59.99 they're not going to be. And if you are curious, I believe these are about 3/8 of an inch from top to bottom. Yeah, 3/8 of an inch, I would say. So if you are curious about length, of course, I'll show it against the hand just so you get that size reference. I think it's much more helpful to do it that way, but some people just like the measurement as well, because most people do have rulers at home. $59.99, it's not going to be. It's not going to be $59 or $49 or even $3,999. And let me just show it against the hand. So these are the classic post and butterfly. So you just have the standard push back and you can just push the butterfly backing back into it. And wow, look at those that cushion cut stone. It really does flash beautifully on the ear, and with those, the addition of those baguettes, it really does sparkle quite beautifully. Even though the round diamonds are on the smaller side, with that addition of the baguette, you can't even tell at all. It is truly a spectacular pair of earrings. She's got good taste. $39.99 they're not going to be, or $29.99 for these earrings. As you can see, if you had this on the ear, yeah, you're not mistaking those for teeny tiny studs. These are quite large. We really should have probably separated the stones and turned them into rings, but yeah, it's great that we can have earrings such as these occasionally. $29.99 is not back on the wheel they go. Let's just make it $1,999. And I know right now they're sitting up and down. Normally with emerald or these sort of elongated cut earrings, we like to place them facing north-south, but I don't see why not. If you are more of an east-west person in terms of earrings, you could definitely wear it that way. The posts are set perfectly in the center, so you do get versatility in terms of which direction you decide to wear it in. If you want to do something a little bit abnormal, yeah, go ahead and wear them east-west. Why not? And while we have these up, I will also show next to it what the other pair of Aquamarine earrings we have. I know she specifically said she wanted something in that single halo, but I do have another pair of cushion Santa Maria Aquamarines that I feel are pretty comparable. So let's just bring those out. Hold on, let me just move these to the side a little bit. And then I will bring out these other ones that I already had for today. So it's kind of like it's meant to be. See? Also cushion cuts, also a stud. It just has that sort of Art Nouveau framework type of mounting, which I think is very, very unique. Also a very different way to wear a stud. If you want to go for the more classic version, more diamond heavy, definitely go for the first pair. If not, go for the second. This second pair is also on the newer side. This is item number 1130240. And this is actually, the weight of the stones is actually larger. So they're 3 carat 43s in comparison to the 208s from the request. So this one you do get a bit more weight in terms of the center stone, but there is less diamonds. So if you want something that is less diamond heavy, definitely go for the pair on the right. This one only has 5 points in diamonds. As you can see, there's only 4 on each earring, so just at the north, south, east, west position. And yeah, this is also one that is very, very different, very, very interesting way to wear a stud. I was talking about using a lot of negative space in rings over the last couple days. I feel like that also applies to earrings. Even though these have quite a bit of size and presence to them for a stud, with the incorporation of all that negative space, it gives it that sort of sense of airiness, of lightness. It doesn't look super, super heavy, if that makes sense. It brings a sort of brightness to the facial area, if you will. And this one was also supposed to go out for $69.99. That was what I have on the bag, and then it got slashed out. But we kind of want to make it a fair-ish comparison. So even though it is bigger, these are actually going to be even more affordable than the ones with a single halo. The ones with a single halo were $19.99. This one's going to be an even better deal. If you like something with, if you want something with a bigger stone, definitely go for these ones instead. They are going to be much more affordable. $19.99 they're not, $18.88 they're not. They're not even going to be $17.77. And these are, whereas the first pair, they were about 3/8 of an inch, I would say that the second pair is closer to 1/2 inch. So you do get more length as well. So perhaps if you're like me and have these sort of earlobes that drag down a little bit, I definitely benefit from a slightly larger stud. $17.77, they're not. Let's just make them $1,299. We did a great deal on these today. $12.99. And I should also mention, I mentioned how the posts on the ones with the single halo were in the center, so you could wear east-west if you like, you could wear north-south if you wanted. The ones on the right, actually, the post is actually facing a little bit at the top, so this one you probably do have to wear north-south. But with this sort of fancy scroll work, I think probably the more standard way you want to wear would be the way to go. Okay, and we are almost at the top of the hour. My, does time fly today. We have so many other things that I didn't get a chance to get to yet. So, yeah. Let's keep it moving, yeah. 231 aqua pendant, yeah, I do. Wow, everyone's doing little sneak peeks. Is this also Amy? All right, yeah, I can flash that in real quick. Hold on. Let me just flash it in with the pendant, the earrings first, and then we could go ahead and give it its own spotlight in just a moment. It would be this one. It's an oval versus the cushions you see. Also very, very similar in size, if you can't tell. Yes, $12.99 for the earrings, or $12.99 for the earring on the right. The one on the left is going to be $19.99. And it looks like those are still here. All right, let's move on from the earrings and bring you the pendant. It's for Barbara, she said. This one is gotta make sure we put these each in the right bag. Yeah, can't get those mixed up. That would be not right. All right, pendant time. This one is going to be item number 1123291. So this one has been here for a little bit. Whereas the two earrings, I believe they're rather new, if not brand new. This one has been here for quite some time. This is 2-carat-31 oval aqua pendant with no diamonds. As you can see, it's just a classic rabbit ear bail. So this is definitely for, again, minimalists in your life. We've had minimalist turquoise earrings. Now we have a minimalist aqua pendant. And if you guys don't know me, aquas do have a special place in my heart. It is my birthstone. And I feel like every single aqua we've had today should go into the Hall of Fame. Even though they're not huge in terms of size, they still have presence in terms of color, which is so important when it comes to aquamarines. They tend to be, usually in the industry, aquamarines, most of them, you go out and you see they're usually colorless almost, with just like the tiniest little whisper of blue. That does not apply to our aquamarines. And this one, oh my goodness, we did something quite special on this one as well. Last time we had it up here, it was for $19.99. So, and this was old pricing. Old pricing, just if you want to put in perspective to what a great deal this is. Those two earrings, I believe the price, because they are new, they have updated modern day pricing. This was supposed to go out for $19.99 for just this, at old pricing, a 2-carat-31 stone was supposed to go out at $19.99 for old pricing. This one back then was valued at around $3,800, and we were supposed to sell it at $19.99. So that means the markdowns that we're gonna do on this pendant is really a markdown we should not have done. This is something that was based on prices from at least 5 years ago. So yeah, this would definitely be a steal for your caller there if they decide to get it. $19.99 is not going to be, it's actually even gonna be less than $9.99. This is a fantastic steal for them. Not going to be $9.99, and this one does have to stay in the white gold. It is a very simple pendant, so honestly, if you are a yellow gold girly and you're hesitating on this one just because of the gold color, I wouldn't. Because it's so simple, I don't think it makes too much of a difference. $9.99, it is not going to be, however, it's not even going to be $888. Brand new markdown today, it's going to be $777. $777 for the 2-carat-31 aqua pendant. My gosh, we're having aqua fever today. Aqua fever. It almost sounds like I'm saying that water brand, but I'm not. Aqua fever. Okay. Moving on. Let's keep it in the pendant family. I've shown you a lot of rings today. These last couple days I feel like I've had a good mix of earrings and rings and all that, but today let's keep it in the earring family. Or not earring, why did I say earring? I meant pendant. All right. Let's take this away for right now and then bring out something else that I don't believe we've shown before. Look at that. This is very, yeah. Sure. Please hold. You'll look at the side of that for now, and you want to do the neckline shot of the pendant. Okay. I am wearing a shirt that has kind of a high collar right now, so it is hard to see. I'm trying to make it so that's in focus. As you can see, it's not a super huge pendant, but it's not small, teeny tiny either. I just also have a wider neck, so it does look small compared to my neckline. But if you have a normal size neck, unlike me, it would probably be a good size. And I believe it is about 5/8 of an inch from top to bottom, so a little bit over 1/2 inch, if that helps. Is that still Barbara? Okay. Back on the wheel we go because I'm starting to tip over here. I had to like grip onto my counter just to stop from falling. Yeah, onto emerald pendants. This one's going to be item number 1130485. This is brand new, I believe today. I actually was supposed to show this yesterday, but we ran out of time. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this to balance. It's not going to want to stand by itself. This is going to be our 1-carat O2 Marquee Colombian Emerald with 24 points in diamonds all around it, sort of scattered in that sort of mosaic style, all on this sort of leaf-shaped looking mounting, leaf organic. It's very, very cool, this mounting. We had a very similar one the other day. I'm actually going to set it down one more time just so I can zoom out a little bit so we can get that entire pendant in frame. Yeah, we had a very similar one the other day. That one, however, was a pendant on chain. This one is just the pendant, but it was the one with the bicolor. Yeah, and I feel like a couple people missed out on that, but maybe this one you might be getting a better end of the deal. This one you get a Colombian emerald, and a great Colombian emerald at that. Look at how clean that stone is. For those of you who don't know, Colombian emeralds are actually naturally quite included. So usually that's why you see Colombian emeralds that we have. You can't see directly through the stone. There's usually a little bit of inclusions in them and they look somewhat cloudy, but this one is actually very, very clean for a Colombian emerald. So this one is actually quite a spectacular pendant, and it is that sort of designer avant-garde style pendant, very organic. And I feel like emerald is one of those, every time I think of emeralds or anything super, super vivid in jewel tones, I just think of like those movies where you have to go into a cave to find treasure, like pirates, basically. This is like a pirate's treasure sort of pendant. And this one was supposed to go out at $79.99. I mean, a 1-carat O2 Marquee Colombian emerald, which, if you guys don't know, emeralds don't like to be marquees. It weighs too much rough. Normally, that's why emerald cut is called emerald cut, named after the stone, because that's the way the crystal likes to form. And that's the way that will minimize the amount of scrap you have from the stone. So if you have been wanting an atypical emerald cut pendant, or atypical shaped emerald, that's the way I want to say it, this would be the one for you, but not at $79.99 or at $69.99 or even $59.99. Back on the hand, I'll show on the hand right now just so you can get a size reference. This one is definitely a lot longer in length compared to the Aquamarine. This one, I believe, is about 1 inch from top to bottom, maybe 1.25 inches. I'll do a precise measurement once it gets back on the air. Yeah, this one, if you are curious, it's about that long. And wow, not even going to be $59.99 or $49.99 or even $3,999. And this is going down to a crazy low price for it being a brand new item just today. And oh, did I mention that it has to stay in the platinum? I don't think I did. It does have to stay in the platinum, but I do think it does look fantastic with this stone. I should have mentioned that earlier, I apologize. Yeah, usually with our emeralds, we like to set in the yellow gold to bring out the warmth, but there's a sort of coolness that is happening in that stone there, so I think white gold would be the correct decision. And back on the wheel it goes, just so I can maybe alternate the position my hand stays in. $39.99, it is not going to be, not even going to be $29.99. Brand new today. Let's just make this $1,999, $19.99 for this one of a kind, one only Marquee Colombian Emerald pendant. Did you have another question, Jason? All right, $19.99. Okay. Now, I already showed the 14-point red beryl that we had, the only brand new one, but I just want to do a quick little recap of some of the more museum level pieces that we had last night, in case you missed it. I know we usually have limited viewership on Friday, so I probably should have waited until today, but I got so excited, I could not wait. So $19.99 for this pendant, and it is still here. So let's just bring out one of our museum level red barrels, almost like a tiny little recap, just so you guys know that it is still here. I don't want anyone to think it's sold and think they missed out when it's not. This is item number 1130903. Wow, very, very new item number. And this is probably going to be the largest one I will have today. So we went from the smallest one I have today to the very, very largest one. I mean, if that's not two opposite sides of the same spectrum, I don't know what is. This is, yes, our 82 point. So not only is it over a quarter carat, not only is it over half a carat, it's over 3/4 of a carat. It's approaching that 1 carat mark, which is unheard of when it comes to red barrels. This is truly one for the ages. And it is that true sort of red color. And set in this almost designer yet classic mounting, you have that single halo and then the major sized diamonds on either side. And then in addition, you just have diamonds along the band and around each diamond. This is a fantastic ring. Yeah. Can you show the copper pendant again? Sure. What do they need to see on it? They just want to see it again. Sure. They just want it flashed it. Let's see. Let me move this one back a little bit. This one does have to stay in the white gold. Yeah. Does that help them? Yeah, it's about 1/2 inch from top to bottom. I just had it held on its side earlier just because that's the way it stands, but this is what it looks like if you were to wear it on your neckline. Great, wonderful. Okay, back to red barrels. Yeah. Now, this one is my largest one of the day. And I believe last night we had it valued at $45,000. That's how much it is supposed to leave our facilities for. And I did promise you that it would end up being under $20,000, and that is true. Yesterday, I was making you guys call for offer prices, but because today is Saturday, and this is probably my first weekend show ever, and I've promised you great deals today. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you what the prices on this spectacular one-of-a-kind red barrel is going to be today. It's not gonna be 20 grand. It's not even going to be $15,000. Not even going to be $14,999. Now, keep in mind, I know this is a larger price tag than what we have seen in the last couple days, but this is the largest stone we have right now, I think, in all of our inventory. So it is going to have a price tag to match that. It also has it doesn't have the heaviest diamond weight, but it is up there. It's not even going to be $14,999, and I can't even get to the final price before trying it on for you. I feel like that would be doing a disservice to you. Like, look at that. This is not a teeny tiny stone by any stretch of the imagination. It is starting to creep up on that 1 carat territory. I mean, it's still got a ways before it can get there, but it is going up there, and it is in that classic emerald cut. Versus pear shapes is not for everyone, like the 14 point we had earlier today. That's not for every single person. This one I think everyone could wear. It is a good size. It's not too teeny tiny. It's not hugely massive, which I mean, red barrels you probably do want them to be, but one can dream, right? And $14,999 it is not going to be. Yeah, this is probably the best deal of the day. I mean, the 14 point we were gonna do for $19.99, the 82 point, let's just make it $1,399, or not 1,000, it's 13,000. Oh my goodness, don't want to give management a heart attack back there. $13,999. That is going to be the price for the 82 point red barrel, and back on the wheel it goes. Oh my god, I think I almost gave Tony a heart attack back there. I'm hearing noises in the control room. Don't want to scare anyone. $13,999 for the largest red barrel we have. And while we are on big red barrels, I think it's only fitting that we can put the number 1 and number 2, winner and runner up, next to each other. just so you can see the comparison. I did do this yesterday, but I feel like with a larger audience, it only deserves an encore, does it not? Let's put it on this side, and then we can zoom out just a tad. Or actually, even though this next one I'm putting up, it is a smaller stone, it is technically a bigger ring. It is a round, and this one has 99 points total in all the diamonds. So item number 1130904. This is our 79 pointer, so it's 3 points shy of the emerald cut. This one you have almost a carat total in all the diamonds, so 25 points in the pink diamond, 75 points in the white. It's just, I'm not sure where the 1 point is off, but that's okay. And this one, I also promised that it'd be under $20,000. And we're gonna keep that. It's not just a one night only deal. At least I think they didn't expect me to be up here again today, so they decided to make it easy and keep it simple. And I kind of want to follow the same philosophy, you know, keep things easy to remember. So what we're gonna do for today for both of these, I said the 82 point was $13,999. We're gonna do the same for this one, for the round. We're also gonna make it $13,999. So it will be your choice. So if you want the more sort of classic cutting with the more classic bridge mount, heavy diamond weight, you get that with the 79 point round. If you want something a little bit more fashion forward, a little bit more delicate and dainty, definitely go for the 82 pointer. So you kind of have something for everyone here. That is going to be our price for either one, $13,999. I thought it's only fitting that we bring these for the top of the hour. I mean, it's already a little bit past the top of the hour, but I feel like it's top of the hour worthy for these two. All right. Yes, we're not going to spend too much time on these because we did already see these during last night's show. So yeah, I just want to come on here quickly and say thank you guys so much for being here with me on the very first hour of our Saturday morning, my very first Saturday morning. If you have any requests that you'd like to send in for the rest of the show, please do so now. The faster we can get it in, the less time we take to find them. And of course, while Lauren's gone, please give her a get well soon. And if you guys haven't heard, we have a very special show coming up next week on April 1st. So please tune in for that for a very special surprise. We're very excited about it, and we're very happy to bring you something brand new. So let's go back on the wheel for these last look at these red beryls. Yeah, I mean, we're bringing deals on deals on deals today. I mean, we do every day, but I feel like today we're bringing the deals and the rare, which is not a normal for us for every single day. Okay, moving on. Let's take away these red beryls just for a moment. Why not? And let's bring out something that I know I haven't shown yet. At least I'm surprised I haven't brought one of these out in the last couple days. I feel like I should have, you know, equality and all that. We've been showing a lot of ladies' rings. Let's bring a gent's ring into the mix. I haven't shown a gentleman's ring. I know. I heard an ooh from one of the gentlemen we have in the phone banks. This is item number 1122921. Now this ring is new to me, but according to this item number, is not new to our inventory. So this has been here for quite some time. This is going to be our 2 carat 23 emerald cut unheated green sapphire gents ring with 51 points in diamonds all along the side and in that halo. Wowza, that is a gorgeous stone. It is that true bottle yellow sort of green. I wouldn't even say bottle green. I need to come up with the correct term. Hunter green? I think it's more hunter green, right? Yeah, it's that true hunter green just for the gentleman here. I mean, for my first gents ring of the last 3 days, not even of the day, this is kind of a great one to start with. Perfect. And I don't think we have ever given a gents ring something this rare and unique before. Usually, I don't know why, we really should, but we usually bring all the rare to our ladies rings, but this one, if you're a gentleman watcher out there and you've been waiting for a ring that you can deem worthy to be put in your collection that really should belong in a museum, this would be the one for you. Now this one, with all the gold weight, gentlemen's rings with gold and all of that labor, it's much more labor intensive than most of our ladies rings because it is more metal heavy. This one was actually supposed to go out for $99.99. I mean, with gentlemen's ring, let me just show you how much gold this ring has. Like if I turn it around, it's fully finished on the inside. It does taper a little bit, but that's still quite a thick ring. Like if I were to measure the width, it's about 3/8 of an inch. Actually, no, I'm looking at it from the angle. It's about 1/2 inch from top to bottom, from the front. So it is not a small ring. I mean, it can't be if our gentlemen wearers are going to wear it. But we're not going to do $99.99. We're not even going to do half of that. We're not even going to do $45.99 for this one. Or yeah, $45.99. I already said $45.99. Let's just go with what my mouth decided to say before my brain. Yeah, it's not even going to be $45.99. Let me just wipe that really quick. I just realized there's a little smudgy on there, but there, that's so much better. And of course, in an unheated green sapphire, we haven't had many green sapphires as of late, and the fact that we put it in this, I mean, I honestly think that this stone is actually perfect for the gentleman with that sort of hunter green color. It's a very easy color, I feel like, for our men out there to wear. I know in terms of people I know, hunter green, navy blue, sometimes that sort of burgundy sumac red, those are very easy colors that aren't black or white for men to wear. So I feel like this would go with a variety of our gentlemen's wardrobes already. And it's not going to be $45.99 or $44 or $43 or even $42.99 for this one and one only, with all that gold, all those diamonds, 2 karat 23 unheated green sapphire. This is truly 1 out of 1. I wish we could do 1 million of them. We cannot. Unheated green sapphires, even in the unheated stones, it's hard to find two that perfectly match in terms of color. It's just really, really hard because when you don't have the heat treatment, it's really hard to control what the color looks like. And it's not even going to be a 42 or 41 or even $4,099 for this one. And we are actually, good news, we are allowing you to change the gold color. So if you would like it more in that yellow gold, if you are a yellow gold wearer, maybe you have a aura ring that you want to match with, maybe you got it in the yellow and you want to match that ring you always wear, this, you can do that. So $4,099 it is not going to be. Let's just make it $39.99 for this gents ring. Now this one, I'm going to try it on for you, but keep in mind it will be a little bit big on my hand. But hopefully you can get an idea. My pinky is like that because it's like the gold is like blocking me from closing my hand. But that is what it looks like on the hand. Like I said, I think this is a great size. It's not, I know in my family at least, the guys in my family, they don't have the biggest hands. So usually for most gents rings, they can come off as really big or wide or almost overpowers their hand. This ring, I don't think will do that. It is a pretty palatable size, even for the gentleman. It's still quite understated, I would say. You don't have all those flashy diamonds, but you still have a little bit. I feel like this ring is very, very easy to wear, even for the gentleman. And because of that finished undergallery, back on the wheel it goes. Because of that finished undergallery, it is still very, very comfortable. So if you guys are someone who works with your hands a lot, this will not get in the way of that at all. $39.99. Okay. Wow, today is just flying by, I think. Okay. Now, something that has been here for a long time as well, that I'm so shocked is still here. Let's just bring it out for you. I can't believe that this has been here for that long. I will have to hold it by the back, but that's okay. So let's move on from the gents ring for now, but look at this pendant. Wow. We've had a couple of these in the past, but most of them are gone now, and I'm just holding it by the pearl just so it doesn't move a lot, but I will have to set it down just so I can zoom out. This is item number 111. Oh, this is an old item. 1118915. Now, if you managed to get a glimpse of it before I had to let go of it, this is actually a butterfly pearl or a butterfly mounting with painted rhodium. That's how you get the color. It's not actual paint, it's actually still gold, it's just with rhodium. And in the white and yellow gold, that butterfly, right now I'm just trying to hold it so that I can get it all in frame, but when you wear it, the pearl does move. So let me just hold it by I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. I'm gonna have to hold it like this. See, it's a very unique pendant. As soon as I saw this, I fell in love. I feel like we should have more of these, and we did have quite a bit, but they are all gone now. And this one did get a brand new markdown. I mean, it's been here for quite some time, so it really should go. But this one, we managed to maintain the old pricing. We really want to go to a great home. And if you do like this, there is also matching earrings, so if you've been eyeing a set, this is a great way to go. Last time we had this on, it was up here for $39.99, but we want to give it a brand new price for today. I mean, it's been here for long enough, I would say, and we love our butterflies here at TVON, and this one is no exception. Just the detailing of all that gold, you can really see the membranes of the wings. I don't think we ever have ever had a butterfly quite like this, where you could see so much detail and it's so anatomically accurate. It's very, very hard to do. It's really a piece of art, this one. And then, of course, with something so special, we had to pair it with a very important golden pearl. It's a 13 millimeter, so it's not small by any means. Usually with golden pearls, once they get past the 10 millimeter range, they're considered quite large. And we decided to put a 13 millimeter on there for you, just so it has quite a bit of presence on your neckline. I mean, it is a pendant after all. And $39.99 it is not going to be. It's not going to be at $39.99 or $29.99 or even $19.99. This is a brand new markdown just for today. And let me just show this against a hand. Actually, I'm probably going to have to keep it with the hand shot because that's honestly the most accurate way to show this pendant. This is how it will look on your neckline. Isn't that so beautiful, so unique? You would never see anything like this out and about when you're grocery shopping, even if you go to the most exclusive jewelry gala, which, by the way, did you guys know that there was a jewelry gala, like an award, basically like the Oscars for jewelry? It's like I don't remember the name, but there's actually an event like this in Paris, which I think is, I did not know. There's an Oscars for jewelry with a host and everything. I feel like that's probably something we gotta tune into. We can do TVON watch parties for the jewelry Oscars. Anyways, not gonna be $19.99 or $18.88 or even $17.77 for this one. And as you can see, even from a distance, you can see all that gradient detail from the rhodium. It is such a intricate and detailed piece that I wish we can do more of, but with all the labor, I don't think we can ever replicate this again. Let's just make it $1,699. Brand new markdown for today's show. I mean, with the price of gold, and there is quite a bit of gold on this, including the rhodium and labor, this is a very, very unique and special piece. Let's bring it back on the wheel just so we can see more, look at it, a better look at it close back. I'm going to have to hold it in that way I was holding it before. See, that butterfly is just so unique and cool, and I wish we could do more pieces like this, but alas, we cannot. Okay. Oh. I think I've been talking so much, my mouth feels super, super dry, and my teeth just want to like clack together. All right. Next up, let's take this away for right now. We have another brand new item. I mean, we had a throwback, so now let's bring out something brand new. This is item number 1130717. This is very, very new. This is going to be our 2 karat 81 pink topaz. It's in the pear shape, set in the platinum with that 44-point white diamond. This is a very, very unique ring. We've been seeing a lot of this style recently in terms of diamonds, but I don't think we've ever done it in a colored gemstone just yet. And this is a designer piece, so it does have to stay in the platinum, yeah. I think it's so cool. We should really do more items like this, where you pair a white diamond with a pear shape in this sort of wavy style. I think it's so cool. If you do have one of our oval wave rings, I feel like this would stack beautifully with that. Yeah, and this is such an important imperial topaz. It's a 2 karat 81. You're getting almost 3 carats in that center stone. And then you get almost half a carat, 44 points in those diamonds, yeah. Yeah, sure. Hold up, we're taking a pause on the pink topaz. I had a feeling I probably should have flashed those next, but I wasn't sure if we were feeling the butterflies today. Maybe the only butterflies I'm feeling are in my stomach from being up here. Okay, I'll show them against the hand because then that's the only way I can show both of them at the same time. Just give me 1 second. All right, let me see. The best way to show them is probably going to be against the hand on the tweezers because they are mirrors of each other. So this is what the matching earrings look like. As you can see, so the pendant, it was basically you have both sides of the wings. These are the earrings, so you get basically 1/2 of either wing on each earring, and they sort of curve into each other, and they're perfect mirrors. If you are curious, this one was item number 1118926. So these were made at the same time as the pendant. They are an older item number, and the pearls are 12 millimeters, so they're a little bit smaller. Yeah, I'm gonna have to show them like this for the entire time. These will not stay still if the pendant didn't. 12 millimeter South Sea golden pearls with 18 points in diamonds on the body of the butterfly. I'm like trying not to close it so they don't keep moving. And if they want to just take both of them, we're gonna do a great deal on this one too. We have the pendant up for $16.99. We really should be doing $49.99 for these earrings, but we want to get it around the same ballpark. So let's just make the earrings $19.99, and the pendant will be $16.99. So you can get both sets for under $4,000. We're supposed to only do one or the other for $4,000. We're not going to do that. We're going to make these $19.99 and the pendant $16.99. And actually, I should have mentioned this a lot earlier. These are both in 18 karat gold. So really, really strong attention to detail on both of the items. Just the pendant? All right, so the pendant is gone. The earrings are still here. Honestly, I said they would be great as a set, but I kind of love the idea of wearing them individually as well. You could just wear this with like such a simple tennis necklace and it would look fantastic. All right, $19.99 for the earrings, and these are still here, but they may be verifying. And personally, honestly, the earrings are hard to beat. I think I did manage to snag, not this pair obviously, but a very similar pair with a painted rhodium, and I love them so much. Yeah, sure. I can do it on the air. Actually, let me go back to the wheel for a second so I can put them all on here, and then I'll measure them one by one. Oh, this is okay. Or let's do the pendant first. So give me one quick moment. So this is going to be the pendant first. Here's the pendant. And from top to bottom, let's see, that's in centimeters. Unless you want it in centimeters, we can do that too. This one, it looks like it's about 1.5 inches from top to bottom. From the top of the wing. If you're talking about from the bail, it's more like 1.25 inches, but from the top of the wing, it's 1.5 inches. Do you see that? I'm like trying to maneuver it. 1.5 inches from the wing, 1.25 inches from the bail. And then back on the wheel while I get the earrings. The earrings. The earrings are going to be 2 inches from the top of the lever back to the bottom of the pearl. Yeah, 2 inches is what that's going to be. Does that help them out? Honestly, I love a good 2-inch drop. That's my ideal drop for a dressy occasion. I don't think I would wear that big of a drop for every day, but a 2-carat drop for a dressy occasion, oh, it just makes your neck look so long and elegant, and it just makes you feel like a classy lady, like you're going to high tea with the queen. It's such, and this is honestly perfect for any springtime party you have coming up. I mean, Easter is next week. This would be perfect for Easter brunch. Or Easter mass, it would be fantastic. Back on the wheel it goes. We go, and we're back to pink topazes. 2-carat 81, almost 3 carats for that stone, and I just love, love, love this style. This is so, you know, I've been seeing online a lot. This sort of style, people have been replacing this style with their engagement rings. It's like their substitute engagement ring for when they don't want to always wear their normal engagement ring out and about, or maybe they just want a different look to wear on their wedding ring finger. I'm not married, so I don't know what the correct terminology is, but I've been seeing it a lot. Or even if you're not married, I've also been seeing two friends getting sort of matching ones but with different colors and calling them like friendship rings. It is so adorable, and I think it's such a fun concept. So this is truly a very modern look. It's so fluid, and I think it's so simple yet elegant. It's not just a simple band with the topaz, which we could have done, but we decided not to. I just absolutely love this ring. Now for 2-carat 81 with a imperial topaz of that color, if you've seen our imperial topazes before, they have quite a bit of orange to them. They more run towards that peachy pink or that coral orange pink color. This is a true cool pink. And I don't think we've ever had an imperial topaz quite like this one. And so this one was valued at $27,000, which, I mean, for a stone that size, of that color, of that clarity, that would be the way to go. But we are not going to do that price. That's what it was valued at. And we wanted to let it go for $99.99, but it is its first time debut on here. We can't leave you souring on pink topazes forever. So $99.99 will not be our price. So they just took the pendant, right? Jason? Just the pendant? Cool. That is a great pick. One of my favorites in our entire collection. $99.99 is not going to be for this one, stays in the platinum, and it's not going to be $89.99 or $79.99 or even $69.99. This is such a great one, and of course you get that very close to half a carat diamond. We really should have put that in one of our diamond bands. I know sometimes we get a little bit of a shortage of our round white diamonds, but I think our designers went a little bit crazy. They really took their creative freedom with this and just decided to go insane. Just put a 2-carat 81 stone with a half-carat diamond. And it's not going to be $69.99. Let's just make it $5,999, one only. And let me try this one on for you. It is, oh, I wish this, look at that. It's such a cool look. Could you just imagine, you just saddle up one of your oval white diamond bands up next to that half-carat, or you wear this on one hand and then wear that other wave ring on another finger. I like to usually wear 2 rings on one hand, one on my index and one on my ring finger. That would look so cool as well. Or you can just keep stacking them. There's so many ways you can wear this. You wouldn't think that something this fluid and fun you could wear in so many different ways, but this one you truly could. It is so gorgeous. I am just in love with it. Honestly, if no one takes this one today, it might have to go home with me. It would perfectly match many of my existing rings, so I'm just saying it wouldn't look out of place at all in my collection. $59.99, and back on the wheel it goes. I know I already had a spectacular 3 today. We had a star spectacular trio earlier in the first hour, and if you're curious, the 2 purples stars I believe are still here. So if you're curious, I can always go ahead and flash those again. Did you have a question? Oh, the earrings are gone too? Wonderful. Wow, I am so happy whoever got those. That is a stunning pair of earrings. Yeah. Yes, as I was saying, we have a spectacular, we had our Star Spectacular trio earlier today where we have the 2 stars remaining. If you'd like to inquire about those, please give us a call. We'd be happy to bring them back out for you. But we actually have one more grouping, if you will, one more Sapphire set that I'm very excited to bring out, and I feel like it's only fitting to bring out once because we just did pass the half-point mark of the show. We only have an hour and a half left, so let's just bring those out for you, shall we? So let's say goodbye to the pink topaz for now and start off with, ooh, look at that. That's a way to start a sapphire wheel, isn't it? It's just yellow. So we already had the stars, but maybe if you're more into faceted stones, you want to keep it classic, this would be the group for you. We start off with the yellow sapphire in the bridge. We've got another bridge, but in the orange sapphire. Oh my goodness, that almost looks like an imperial, does it not? We've got an orange sapphire over there. We have, to keep up the exotic, we also got, oh, we got a purple sapphire, and just look at the color of that. I don't think I've ever seen a sapphire quite that shade of purple before. And last but certainly not least, we have one that I don't think that has been brought upon very strong, what am I trying to say? Due to very high demand, we have brought it back. We have a cornflower. Actually, technically, that's not even a true cornflower. It's a bicolor. So it looks like a cornflower upon first impression, but it actually technically is a bicolor. It is hard a little bit to see on camera, but if we were to bring it out into the light, you can see the green transitioning to the blues. It is a spectacular stone. So let's just bring out the stats like it's a sports, like I'm a sports announcer. Let's bring out each player's stats, shall we? So first up, let's start off with that bicolor. I already started talking about it a little bit, but that's a 2 carat 42, so almost 2.5 carat oval bicolor sapphire with 86 points around it and that split shank and that sort of snowflake looking mounting. I know we've already passed winter, at least here in California. Honestly, it's starting to feel like summer already, but in some places in the world, it still does feel like winter, so I feel like it's still very suited for the season. We have that purple on the right, the 2 carat 17 oval unheated purple pink sapphire, and that is the perfect descriptor for it. Again, it almost looks like a snowflake as well, but a very different version. It's much more intricate. You have those pieces of mirror finish gold as well as all the diamonds, some bezel, some prong. It's a very dynamic ring, if I do say so myself. And of course, the 2 classics in the front and the back. We have that 1 carat 78 oval unheated yellow sapphire in our 5-row bridge mounting. No halo, but you know, this is a bridge that's probably, if the classic single halo bridge is our most popular mounting, this would probably be around 4 or 5. Set in the yellow gold, and this is one of the ones where it does have to stay. And last but not least, we have the unheated orange sapphire in the back with the white and yellow diamonds. I said that the yellow sapphire is the one that has to stay in the yellow gold. I lied. All of them have to stay as they are. I believe the designers just really believe passionately that they should stay how we see them on the air, and they decided this was the best colors for each of them. And yeah, this is a stunning way to mark the midpoint of our show. I feel like we went a good while without having any sort of sapphires on here. Yeah, we haven't had a sapphire blowout in quite some time. We've had wheels where sapphires were players, but I don't think we've had one where that was all the wheel. The entire wheel was just different colored sapphires. And this is kind of a great quadrant? I was going to say trio, but there's 4. It's a great team we got here. So I think my personal favorite is going to have to be the blue, but maybe your favorite will change based on what I tell you each one is valued at. So out of all of these, the most affordable was actually supposed to be that purple pink, but even that one is supposed to go out at over $15,000. But it is our half point mark of the show. My gosh, once it reaches the halfway, I feel like my voice and my brain just start to not link together anymore, and it's not great. And yeah, each one of these is supposed to go out for over $15,000. I mean, all the gold, especially those bridge mountings, those are two very gold heavy mountings. We have and that one, the one in the back does have yellow diamonds as accent stones, and even with the ones on the left and the right, even though there's not as much gold, if you look at the level of detail that is embedded, especially in that purple pink, yeah, each one was supposed to go out at over $15,000, but we're not going to do that today. We're not going to do that for our very second and last wheel of the day, and probably ever for me, because you know me, multitasking, not so much my strong suit, but $15,000 it's not even going to be half of that. It's not even going to be $7,500 today. We're going to do something great on this one, and I said my favorite was the bicolor, but my eye, every time I keep looking at the monitors, it keeps getting drawn to that purpley pink. It is something truly special. I don't think we've ever had a sapphire quite that shade before. And I mean, even though I talked about it, the bridge being the smallest in terms of size, it definitely has more of a presence to it. I was talking about that yellow sapphire. It's still quite a wide band. It still makes quite a statement. And even the snowflake rings, even though it's not wide in terms of the band, it has a lot of surface area in terms of the mounting. So it is such a great ring. But yeah, $7,500, it is not going to be. Let me just go ahead one by one, try it on for you. Let's just start off on the right, purple pink, shall we? Oh, this is a bit of a small ring for my hand, but let's just put it on the pinky because that's the only finger it will fit. But don't worry, just get your normal ring size and it will fit spectacularly. But yeah, look at that. Doesn't it look like a snowflake just floating in the snow with the most amazing unheated purple pink sapphire? That is gorgeous. But yeah, not 75, not 65, or even $55.99 for this one-of-a-kind wheel. Once it's gone, I have a feeling all of these are going to go out the door today. Back on the wheel we go. Yeah, that purple pink, I know it's not my ring size, but we might have to make it my ring size just so I could wear it all the time. And then let's try on that orange one. This one is my ring size, so ring finger it goes. Look at that. It's such a large stone. It's an elongated pear shape, and it is gorgeous. $55.99 it is not going to be. However, yeah, this is gorgeous as well, and all of them are so clean and so gorgeous. Usually with unheated stones, sometimes you can see unwanted inclusions and all that, but this does not have any. Back on the wheel we go. We're just going one by one, and yeah, not going to be $55.99 or even $45.99. Brand new markdown today for every single one of these rings. Yeah, let's just make it $3,888. I mean, why not? You can get every single one of those for under 15 grand, which is what each one is valued at. You can get all of them for the price of one if you would like. And let's try on the blue or the bicolor. I think from a distance you'll be able to see the bicolor nature of the ring a lot better. Or maybe not. Yeah, the bicolor on this actually doesn't pick up that well on camera, but I'm looking at it right now, and you can definitely see it's bicolor from that sort of yellow-green color. I don't know why on camera it's not picking up, but again, sometimes with stones, it's just, you have to see it in person to really, truly understand the beauty of them. On a camera through a lens, it sometimes just doesn't do it justice. So back on the wheel it goes for the bicolor. And last but certainly not least, let's do the unheated yellow. The unheated yellow, look at that. Doesn't that look gorgeous? I mean, you can see the sparkles from that bridge really doing so much of the heavy lifting. I mean, that yellow sapphire is no slouch either, but because of how clean the stone is, you can see almost the flashes of the diamonds just flashing through that stone like crazy as well. It is such a great group. And back on the wheel we go. Oh, this one does not want to come off my hand. And let's just give it a minute on a clock. I expect that all of them will be gone by then, but if not, I guess they can come home with me. All right. We have got about an hour and 15 minutes left in today's show, and we still have so many things to get through. So yeah, if you guys have any other requests that you guys would like to see today, feel free to call in and let us know. We'd be happy to bring anything you want to see. That's what we're here for. So yeah, go ahead and do that. Seconds left on the clock for this wheel, for our sapphire blowout wheel. Yeah, I think everyone's out enjoying their brunch today. Okay. Let's move on. Now, I had a yellow diamond necklace on yesterday and it went super quickly, so I thought I'd bring another one today, this time an even bigger one. Let's just bring it up for you and do a quick little sneak peek before I have to readjust the cameras one more time. Ooh, look at that. That is a stunner of a piece, and this one will not stand on its own, but let's just zoom in first. This one is going to be item number 1128890. This is not brand new to our inventory, but I don't think it's gotten much airtime just yet. So I decided to bring it out just so we can give it another shot. Give me 1 second. Let me just get a better grip on it so I can hold on it. And look at that. That is a truly saturated yellow diamond. This is our 1 carat 55 pear shape natural yellow with 96 points in that halo of not round, but marquee and pear white diamonds. Now, that is quite a spectacular array of accent diamonds to match an exceptional center stone. We had a 1 carat necklace yesterday, but I decided to save, I was going to show both of them yesterday, but I decided to save the big guns for today. And this is truly a fantastic necklace, and because it's such an exceptional necklace, we decided to give it this very interesting type of chain. It's got heavy metal weight as well. It's set in the, I believe the chain is in platinum, but the pendant itself is platinum and 18 karat gold. Yeah, this is a spectacular piece, and it's quite a bit of a showstopper as well. 1 carat 55 pear shapes. We usually, when we have rings like that, they're usually going out for $12,000, $13,000, $14,000, depending on the clarity and color and all that. A lot of things we like to take into consideration, and those are usually only set with the round white diamonds. This one, we decided to put it in a halo of marquee and pear shape. This is quite crazy, yeah. I believe every time we've had a 1 carat 55 ring in the yellow diamond, yeah, it's usually gone out at $15,999, usually around that price range. I mean, that's what I have for this necklace, and that tracks. That's usually how much this one is supposed to go out for, $15,999. And yet, we're gonna do something. We gotta match the deals from yesterday. We can't do great deals one day and then going back on our word and giving you not such a good deal a second day. And this one is quite a bit ways larger than the pendant from yesterday, and it has more of those more significant accent. And yet, it's not even going to be half of 16,000. It's not even going to be $79.99. Yeah, $79.99 for a stone that's much smaller. It would be $79.99, especially in today's market. And yet, that's not what it's going to be today. And yeah, like similarly to the one from yesterday, this is not a small pendant. I know I'm holding it by the tweezers, so maybe in relation to the tweezers, it looks small, but it's not small by any means. And I should also mention, right now the pendant is threaded through the top of the pendant, but there's actually holes. Let me just adjust so you can see. There are places you can put the chain all throughout the pendant. So if you want to wear it like how I'm holding it with the tweezers right now, instead of having it look like it's dropping down from the chain, having it look like it's floating on the chain, you can do that. If you want to wear it east to west, you can as well, so that's facing one direction. I feel like that would be such a unique way to wear it as well. It's a very versatile pendant, this one. If you want to wear it with the point facing up, you can do that as well. As you can see, there's a place, there's almost like a bail where the prong is. You can put the chain through that one prong over there, so you can do that as well. So it's a very versatile pendant, this one. And it's not going to be $79.99 or even $74.99. Spoiler alert, that's what it was. The last time I was up here, it was supposed to go out at $74.99, but we got a brand new markdown for today and today only. We want to do some great deals on some spectacular yellow diamonds. And $74.99 it is not going to be. Let's just make it $6,999 for a 1.5 carat pear-shaped yellow diamond, which has such vivid color. This one is not certified, but I'm sure if you ask our operators, they can give you a description on what the color would be. Or just have them ask management. I'm sure they keep records of all these things. $69.99 it is going to be today. And let me just show you what the size looks like against the hand. I'm just keeping it on the tweezers just so you can see, but look at that. It's not a small pendant by any means, and with those marquee and pear-shaped diamonds, it is sparkling like crazy. There's something so different about having different shaped accent diamonds in the way that they sparkle. It just looks like there's little tiny camera shutters. Just even as I move it, it looks like I just keep trying to blind the camera. I promise I'm not doing that on purpose, but that's just the nature of the pendant. It looks like there's tiny little photographers, paparazzi, just flashing their cameras through that entire pendant. And of course, you get the chain with the pendant. That is a spectacular deal for today. Yeah, this is a wonderful piece, and back on the wheel it goes. This is such a gorgeous, gorgeous piece, and look at, even now that I'm bringing it from far away and back up into the close-up, just the sparkle and the way that the stone is cut, all the stones, it's just sparkling like crazy. It is a gorgeous piece. That is correct. $69.99. Okay. Now, we have about 10 minutes until the top of the hour. I'm not quite sure what I should do next. Perhaps we can keep on going with a brand new, maybe do more throwbacks. I'm not quite sure what to do just yet. All right, ooh, I'm like trying to do two things at once while holding this. Okay. Now, we had a kunzite in the beginning of the show. I believe it's still here. It was our radiant cut 10 carat. I do have another one in case you're looking for something a little bit bigger. I say a little bit. It's actually more like a lot of bit bigger. But let's just bring it out for you, shall we? I keep yapping over here when you just really want to see the goods. Look at that. This is going to be our 20 carat 23, 20.23. This is item number 1130030. This is our 20 carat 23 Asher cut kunzite with 78 points in diamonds on either side. So to put into perspective, the one we had early on in the show, that one was a 10 carat. This is a 20 carat, so it's quite literally double the size. But I will show it side by side in just a moment, just so you can see the difference in the cut. This is an Asher cut versus the one from earlier was a radiant cut. But this one is still quite exceptional. Look at the saturation of that. I feel like the difference between the two is that Azure and emerald cuts really preserve the color, the depth of color. They tend to make the stones look very saturated, versus radiant is all about the glow. It's all about the sparkle. Now, and of course you have this one, because the stone is so big, we decided to keep it super, super classic with the mounting. Nothing too crazy, just simple 6 diamonds on either side. Pretty easy, right? So even though, so the real impressive nature of this ring would be in terms of the size of just the kunzite. And just look at how deeply saturated that is. That looks like almost, I can never think of the name for this sort of deep purple or deep light purple. It's not really a true purple color yet. There's still some lightness to it, but it's so saturated it almost is like a dark light purple. And this one, for a kunzite of this size, was supposed to go at $89.99, but we're not going to do that price today. And this is a true cocktail ring, so definitely I wouldn't wear this just every single day walking around, maybe grocery shopping. I mean, you could. I wouldn't judge you for it, but that's just not something I would do. And just so you can see exactly how massive this ring is, let me just try it on, because it is truly gigantic. The stone covers almost my entire finger, just the stone itself. And in contrast to the radiant cut from earlier, this one is truly planes of light versus blades of light, as you can see, and the color is so much deeper and it just looks so much more saturated. But it's not going to be $89.99 or $79.99 or even $6,999, and I'm just gonna hold my hand to the side just so you can see how it sits. It is a large stone, so that's why I mean it's not perfect for every day, because it does sit quite high. But you know what? There is an occasion for this, definitely. You would be able to pull it out, and when you do pull it out, everyone in the room will be staring at it. $69.99, it is not going to be $59.99 or even $4,999 for one of the best kunzites, or if not the best, the largest kunzite I've ever seen. Again, not true as well. I remember I had a 60 carat pendant the other day, which we can bring out if you would like. But yeah, $49.99 it is not going to be. Back on the wheel it goes. Let's just make this one $3,999 for this one-of-a-kind kunzite ring. Now, I keep hyping up this radiant cut. I feel like I should show it because I keep talking so much about it. Let's bring it out. I mean, it does. I feel like it does deserve a second chance at being on the air. Just give me a moment while I set that up. Yeah, that one is truly, truly amazing. And let's just put this one, this little one. It's kind of a crazy day when you put a 10 carat next to this ring and call it little. 10 carat's not little in any context, but it is compared to this stone. So let's just zoom out a little bit. See what I mean? You see what I mean about the difference in cuts? They might seem similar on paper. They're both like octagonal sort of cuts, but the radiant cut emits light in sort of so many blades of light in sort of that sparkle fashion, versus the Azure cut almost looks like it's absorbing light and deepening the saturation of the color. They look very, very different, and that 10 carat is still holding its own. I mean, it doesn't look like it's only half the size of the Azure. I mean, but it is. So that radiant cut really does look a lot bigger than it actually is. And if you guys did miss it, the radiant was 1130884, also for $39.99, but that's also quite a spectacular stone. Looks like I see what they did there. So I guess it's your choice for $39.99. I think they made a mistake. The Azure cut is old pricing as well. Oh my goodness. Someone is getting in trouble. That price should not be that. So I mean, it just really depends on what you like. Do you like more of those blades of light, those paparazzi flashing with the stone, or do you just like more of that true color? Okay. And with that, I believe we're at the top of the hour. Wow, time really does fly when you are up here. I feel like sometimes, some days, it seems to move very, very slowly when you're in the phone bank, but today it seems to be moving rather quickly. Okay. Moving along. Next up, I did have a smaller copper bearing tourmaline as earlier today, but maybe you didn't like that mounting and you want something around the same size but a little bit different. I have something just for you. So let's bring these kunzites away for a moment. I have another 1+ carat copper bearing tourmaline. We want to keep it in that sort of purple theme. This is item number 1130298. This is a 1 carat 19 cushion copper bearing tourmaline with a carat 66 and white diamonds around it. This is very different to the one we had earlier. I mean, again, on paper, they sound very similar. There are 1 carat plusers with halos around it. But whereas the other one was a double halo with baguettes and rounds, this one is a single halo in that sort of very sharp cornered square mounting. And yes, this is 1 carat 19, so a little bit smaller than the one we had at the first hour, but it still got that incredible presence to it. That color is just so saturated and so pretty, almost unheard of in terms of Paraibas. It is quite a spectacular piece, and it is brand new today. So maybe you were hounding for something more new, maybe we haven't seen on the air yet. This would be that ring. And I think there's something so cool about putting such a rounded cushion in such a sharp and straight, rigid square shape. The contrast is just astounding. It makes the ring look a lot more detailed and designer than a regular single halo would. And for this one, you got 1 carat 66 total weight in those diamonds. So the diamond is actually a lot heavier than the other one, whereas the other one, there was only about 65 points. This one, you're getting over 1.5 carats in diamonds. So those are not small diamonds by any stretch of the imagination in that ring. And as such, the price tag was supposed to go at $79.99 for this one. Because of all the large diamonds, the saturation of that stone. The stone is also quite clean for Paraiba. If you look, you can only see minor inclusions along the bottom of that stone. This is not, that's pretty unusual for any sort of copper bearing stone, copper bearing tourmaline, I should say. And yet $79.99 is not going to be our price for today. Not going to be $79.99 or $69.99 or even $5,999 for our 1 carat 19 copper bearing tourmaline. Let me try this one on for you. Oh, I just love this mounting. It is so cool. Do you see what I mean about that sort of straight edged, straight cornered, clean cut, that sort of look against that soft, you know, almost, it looks like it's malleable, that copper bearing tourmaline. It is gorgeous. I quite love it. I think maybe my blood sugar is getting quite low because it's looking like toast to me. But that's not what it is. It is really, really cool. And I mean, with my really long and sharp nails currently, the square just looks so interesting. And it's very almost retro. It's very like video game era, like, you know, when old video games they came out, there's like with the pixels, it's very clean cut. That's what that reminds me of. And $59.99 it's not going to be, or $49.99, or even $3,999. Looks like we have another necklace request. Maybe they saw my yellow diamond earlier and want something quite similar. And yeah, back on the wheel it goes. $39.99 it is not going to be. Let's just make this $2,999. $29.99. And let's just show the other one side by side just so you can get a comparison. They are very similar in terms of the carat weight of the actual center stones. The difference really lies in the diamond weight. So the one that we had earlier today, it is bigger. The center stone is bigger. As you can see, there's a very minor difference in the size. but it does have less diamonds. Even with those baguettes and rounds, it does have less diamonds. The 1 carat 58, that one was, with only 13 points in baguettes and 52 points in rounds. That one was $26.99, and then you get the slightly smaller copper bearing with bigger stones. So it's really dependent on what you did. So just in case you missed it, that's the two side by side, and with the split shank as well on the first one. And it looks like we have another request for Diane, another diamond necklace. It looks like she's probably looking for white diamonds. I don't think she maybe saw the yellow diamonds like, that would look great, but only if it was in white diamonds. So we have brought that out for you. Okay. Let's just see. Ooh, and these like to move as well. Okay, cool. Let's get away from the copper bearings for right now. We can move on from these and bring out a request for our requester. This is going to be another pendant on chain. This is going to be item number 1123558. So this one has been for a little bit. And I was mentioning how it moves. Actually, you see how the two diamonds meet at the top. There's a bit of a hinge. So this one is a very dynamic piece. It is 1 carat 05 total in your diamonds. So obviously the two aren't the same size. So we don't have the individual diamond weight. But we could probably guesstimate if you really want. Just ask our operators. We can go ahead and double check. And yes, it is 17.5 inches, and it is adjustable. So if you want to wear it more like collar style, you can. If you want to wear it more as a traditional pendant with a chain, you can do that as well. And wow, looks like we got a new markdown for Diane for this one as well. Originally, it was up here for $49.99, but that's not going to be the price for her today. Yeah, this is it's kind of cool. I feel like if we did this in rubies or just one ruby and one diamond, it would look like cherries, no? And I love cherry motifs. I don't actually like eating cherries, but I like the motif. I like the way they look. I think they're very adorable. And this is no exception. But not for $49.99 or $39.99 or even $2,999. And yes, that is correct. It is ½ an inch from top to bottom for just the pendant part. So it is not big, it's not teeny tiny either, but it is still suitable for everyday wear. And I mean, 1 carat, over a carat total in those, so you're getting probably around ½ a carat, or let's say 40 points just to be safe. You're getting at least 40 pointer stones in either of them, so they're not small stones at all. And it's not even going to be $29.99 or even $19.99. Brand new markdown for Diane today. We really want to make your request and jewelry dreams come true. Let's just make it $1,699. Special price for a special requester. $16.99. For the diamond cherries, I feel like that is an appropriate name for it. Okay. Looks like she might be calling in currently, so wonderful. All right. Let's keep it going with this sort of pendant on chain theme, shall we? I have one more that's also brand new today. I thought I would bring it out because I just love how it looks, and it's just a very adorable pendant with chain. Let me go move. I'm going to set this down for a second just so I can zoom in a little bit on it. And your eyes are not deceiving you. Those are, in fact, pink and white diamonds. This is item number 1130807. I'm going to pick it up just so I can put it on the bail, or put the tweezers through the bail. Yes, 1130807. You get 30 points in those very saturated pink diamonds there. And then 25 points in all the diamonds around it in that sort of 4-petaled floral motif. It looks very designer, does it not? I know a very well-known designer who would, I think, if they knew we were showing this, we might get in big trouble. I'm pretty sure they would have trademarked it. But yeah, 30 points in the pink diamond, 25 points in the white diamond. So you're getting over 50, or getting over half a carat in multicolored diamonds in both pink and white. And though I don't think we've had pink diamonds quite like this in a while, and 30 points at that. So 30 points, you're getting a little less than 10 points each stone. And then 25 points in, I'm not going to try to calculate that. They're all different sizes for the white diamonds. I don't know what the weight would be for each one. But this is such a cute little pendant and very, very designer looking and yet very subtle still. This one is supposed to go out at $39.99. But that's not going to be what it is today. And yeah, I can get you the measurement. It looks like it's about 3/4 of an inch from top to bottom. Very cool. Yeah, 3/4 of an inch. So again, not a super teeny tiny. It still has quite a bit of a drop to it. So yeah, I think this is such a, I probably should have brought this out earlier. But you know, we gotta give some of our late viewers something to look forward to, right? And $39.99, it is not going to be for this one. I know management wants me to sell it at $39.99, but it's not going to be $39.99. Yeah, and just look at the sparkle going throughout that stone. $39.99 it is not, $29.99 it is not. It's not even going to be $19.99. And yes, we decided to upgrade the gold for you. All of that, including the chain, is actually set in the 18 karat gold. So it is a truly exceptional piece. So yeah, $19.99 it is not going to be. Let's just blow it out. One color only. We're in our last hour of the show already. We gotta keep the deals coming. We're just gonna make it $9.99. We gotta keep having the great deals to have more great deals after, right? $999 for our one only floral diamond, multicolored diamond pendant. Pendant with chain, technically. Here's something about a clasp. I'm assuming it's for this necklace. The last one, the cherries, yeah. The back of the pendant part, right? All right, give me 1 second. Please hold. Let me just set this down for a second. Hold on. Let's set this down for a moment so you're not seeing just an empty wheel. So this is what the back of that pendant looks like. As you can see, it's not fully finished. You can still see the diamonds, but that's also because it is a pendant, is so you can clean it. And then you said the clasp, right? And then the clasp, this one is a classic spring ring clasp, so it's not, so this one is technically, I think, more secure, but it is a little bit more difficult to put on than a lobster clasp. So that's what the clasp looks like. It is, and you see that ball over there with that little charm? If you pull it, it becomes adjustable. So you have the clasp, you just pull it on the lever there. And then you put it in through the holes, and then you can pull the charm through the ball to adjust it. Yeah. Sure, the pendant itself. Yeah, one moment. So let's do that one at a time. Sorry, you're seeing an empty thing here. I have to get a good grip on it. Okay, so here is the, oh, sorry, I keep forgetting you asked to measure it. So the measurement, this one, like I said, it's about 3/4 of an inch from top to bottom. So for just the pendant part, that's 3/4 of an inch from top to bottom. And then once I get, you're looking at an empty wheel here just because I have to measure the chain and I don't want to, it's a little bit difficult to do that on camera. So let's see. This one is going to be 18 inches adjustable. And what was the other question? Oh, against the neckline, right? All right. Holding it against the neckline. Please hold, this is the least easy part for me because I am quite vertically challenged. Hold on. Okay. This is what it looks like against the neckline. Like I said, not super tiny. It does have quite a bit of a drop to it. I can't really put it on right now. It is difficult for me to put it on while doing this. But yeah, this is what it looks like against the neckline. It is 3/4 of an inch from top to bottom. And as you can see, my shirt is dark, but you can still see the difference between the pink and the white. There's just also a lot of bright light shining on me, so maybe not right now, but in person, it is very apparent, the contrast. Ooh, my foot just decided to dislocate my toes, so that is super fun. We're gonna go back to the wheel because my toes are cramping. Did you have another question, Jason? I see you keep looking back at me. There you go. Looks like this one might be verifying. So let's just give it some time to simmer and then we can move on to our next item. Okay. All right, let's move on from our necklace or pendants with chains, at least for right now. Oh, it's getting stuck on my tweezers. That's okay. And bring out, ooh, another brand. Look at that. You only can see the bottom half right now. But this is a spectacular Moonstone, item number 1130-294. And just look at the colors on this Moonstone. I don't think, we've had quite a few Moonstones in the last couple months. I don't think we've seen one quite like this. This is a 7-carat 01 elongated pear-shaped Moonstone with 23 points in baguette white diamonds and 42 points in rounds. So yeah, this is an exceptional stone. You really see that rainbow of color. I mean, blue is still the predominant, that pale blue is still predominantly there, but as you're looking into the stone, you notice more and more things. It almost looks like stained glass almost. You see that glow of the red in the middle. You see on the borders, you have that deep indigo violet, and then you have greens and yellows all throughout. Ooh, I apologize. I got so stunned. And this is a truly, truly spectacular. This almost matches the color of the earrings we had yesterday, I believe. Yesterday we had Moonstone earring studs that sold very, very quickly. And if you like the color of that one, this is very, very similar. It has a very similar glow and sparkle to it. And yeah, we've also rarely seen the Moonstones in this sort of elongated pear shape. We usually see them in emerald cuts, ovals, rounds, but we haven't seen something quite like this where it's super, super long, and it is one of those cuts where it does elongate the hand quite a bit. Now, for this one, it's supposed to go out for $88.88. That's the price I have written on my bag. That's what it's supposed to leave our facilities for. We're not gonna do that. And wow, I can't believe, usually I don't think we've ever seen pear shapes with the baguettes. Because it is so rounded, you kind of have to set it in a specific way. So using baguettes to do it is a very interesting way, and it's creating even more flash of light next to that Moonstone. I mean, that's what they all do. That's the goal. It's like we're trying to shine a mirror in each one of your eye senses. What? Hi.
Can you show the back of the Carat 05 pendant?
The Carat 05 pendant. The back of the pendant, right? This one, hold, please hold. I guess we're flashing it again. This one, the back of the pendant, like this. This is the back. So it may not look like it's the back, but it is the back. You see how it's not finished? I will flip it around just so you can see the front to compare. This is the front with the bezel setting, and this is the back. It's not finished in the back, so you can clean the stones better, really. All right, does that help them out? I can see the confusion there. It does look like I just showed you the front twice, but no, the back is technically open. It is still bezel set though, so it's not gonna fall out or anything like that, but it's just for ease of cleaning the stone. Anyways, for our 701 Moonstone, it's supposed to go out at $88.88. Not going to be our price today. It's not going to be $88.88 or even $79.99. Or even $69.99. Oh, I just love this Moonstone. I don't think some Moonstones they tend to be more colorless, or they tend to have more of that white milky color. This one doesn't have that at all. It's almost like it looks like it is a natural phenomenon, but it almost reminds me of weather. Weather is something you can't really capture in a physical form. It just reminds me of like environment and atmosphere. And it's so cool we can have that in a solid form. And $69.99 it is not going to be. It's not going to be $69.99 or even $59.99. We're going to bring it down to a great low price for you. And let me try this one on for you right now. It's a little bit tight on me, but that is okay. It is a thinner band. I can make it work. See, even from a distance, you really see those red, yellow planes super easily. But as you move it, that's when it goes into this sort of icy blue hue. It is a truly, it's almost like if you're a photographer out there, when you have like those lens flares, it's almost like you captured lens flares in this singular stone. And because it is that elongated pear shape, it really elongates your hand, I think. I mean, I have really tiny, short, stubby hands, so I struggle with that daily. But yeah, this is a gorgeous piece, and $59.99 is not going to be for 7 karat 01. Let's just make this $4,999. Back on the wheel it goes. $49.99 for this one only Moonstone. I wish we could do so many of these, but we cannot. Yeah, this one is truly for the collector. If you are a Moonstone fanatic, this is the one for you. Did that help them for the pendant? Yeah. Okay, wonderful. $49.99, one only for this Moonstone ring. All right. Yeah, wow, I still have a lot of things I haven't gotten a chance to show yet today. So I gotta play catch up a little bit. All right, next up. I know I said we were taking a break from pendants, but I think this one is too good not to show. So I'm gonna go back on my word just for a moment and bring out something. This one, we're taking a break from the new, and we're gonna go back to what something that we haven't shown in quite some time. Look at that. This is our Tahitian pearl pendant. This is a truly historical piece here at TVON. This is item number 11232221. So this has been here for quite some time. This is our 13.5mm Tahitian black pearl, and that's just the tip of the iceberg with this one. This one has so much more than just that black pearl. It's got 3 carat 20. Did you hear that? 3 carat 20 in champagne and white diamonds. That includes the rounds, that includes the baguettes. 3 carat 20 in diamonds. I don't think the last time we had a 3 carat ring, I mean, I had a one of a kind yesterday, but usually 3 carat rings and that's for just white diamonds and just for a little bit. I believe last time we had those go at $59.99. And this one, you also get a 13.5mm Tahitian pearl. You get so much gold. I'm just gonna turn this around just to see how much gold and labor went into this. Each of those had to be individually set. And it is an enhancer bail, so you can just clip it onto your existing chain. But yeah, this is, and it's just in this sort of oyster mollusk looking mounting. I don't know my sea creatures, and there's actually a good reason for this. I'm actually allergic to everything like this. I cannot touch it. I can't touch oysters or clams or anything like that, and it's truly a tragedy. And I think it's really funny because I do love like when they put like oyster illustrations or clam illustrations on clothes or like embroidery. I think it's so cute. But I feel like it's ill-fitting for me to wear things like that because in real life, I can't ingest any of that. I can't even touch it. So this is the closest thing I'll get. I can wear it on my neckline, I suppose. And this one, with all the diamonds, with a large Tahitian black pearl, I mean, it's a 13.5mm. This one was supposed to go out at $19,999. And this is also old pricing, by the way. I'm seeing the bag, and it has an old barcode. We don't even use barcodes anymore. This one has an old barcode. So that's what it was supposed to go out for gold hikes, tariffs, all that. Pre all of that, it was supposed to go out for $19,999. But we really want this to get out of here at a good home. We've honed some very good pieces today, pieces that have been here for a long time, 2 of which were also our pearl items. And I feel like I don't see any reason why this one shouldn't go out to a great home as well. But it's not going to go out at $20,000. It's not even going to go out at $10,000. It's not even going to be $99.99. And the way that we could have just stopped at all those champagne and white rounds. I mean, if we just did mirror finish gold, I feel like this would still be equally as stunning and beautiful. But with all those baguettes, it just adds so much more depth. Like, you can really see the curves, and there are actual curves, but the curves look so much more prominent with all those invisibly set baguettes on either side. And this one is not even going to be $99.99 or $89.99 or even $7,999. Let me just show this against a hand, because you might be thinking, oh, it's on the close-up, of course it's going to look huge. But even from far away, look how big that is. This is truly a statement necklace. If you have a thicker chain, this is perfect for that because of that enhancer bail. But oh my goodness, it is 2 inches from top to bottom. And this is one of those, it's definitely for those diamond lovers and pearl lovers. I think this is just a stunning piece, and I'm shocked it's been here for this long. And $79.99 it is not going to be. Let's just make it $6,999. Isn't that beautiful? $69.99, and back on the wheel she goes. It is such a cool and unique piece. We haven't done anything quite like this since, and we probably never will. It's just too much labor nowadays, and there's too much gold. If we were to make this today, honestly, $19,999 is probably going to be our cost price. It's not even going to be what we sell it at. That's going to be how much it costs to make something like this. So at $69.99, this is an absolute steal. And we have got 30 minutes left until the end of our show. So thank you to everyone who's been here with us for the last 2.5 hours. And I did already show one gents ring, but I feel like we can show one more for today. I mean, why not? We gotta spread the love. We gotta have something for everyone. All right, let's move on for our probably the greatest pearl pendant I have ever seen in my life. But we can just simply move on from that. All right, next up, one last gents ring to kick off the beginning of the end of our show. This is item number 1122860. Also has been here for a while, but that is a spectacular Burma ruby in the center of it all. We've got the 2-carat-50 center stone with 91 points in diamonds on either side. And this is one of our more museum level gentleman's rings. I mean, look at that. You got 2.5 carats for the Burma ruby. I'm just gonna get that black dot out of the way. It's been bothering me for a little bit. And it is quite a clean stone. I mean, rubies, similar to Paraiba, similar to emeralds, they are usually naturally included. But if you look through that, you can actually still see the back of the stone. This is quite clean for a ruby, especially since there's no more new material. Once we are out of our rubies, we are out. And I believe this is the only gents ring we have left. And you know what? You know what they say, save the best for last. And this might be the best ruby gents ring, at least, that we have had and will have. For a 2-carat-50 gents ring, 2-carat-50 ruby gents ring, this one was supposed to go out at $13,999. But as the last gents ring of our inventory, out of all of our 30-some thousand items, we have to get it out of here at a great spectacular low, as we do best. And that's not going to go at $13,999. At least it's not going to go here. It will go, if we take this to Rodeo Drive, it will go in about 30 minutes. It'll go immediately. I say 30 minutes to give it some leeway. You still got to walk there and park and all that. You know, it takes time. But once you enter the store, that will go immediately. But not here at TVON. It's not even going to be half of that. It's not even going to be $79.99. And let me just try it on for you. And I kind of love how around the stone we decided to curve it in with that mirror finished gold. It just looks so unique, and it really just shows the vibrancy of that red so well, and it kind of it almost matches my nails. It is, and with the yellow gold, it just gives that sort of ornate look, very classic. I mean, whenever I think of rubies, I usually think of it set in yellow gold only because it's just such a classic way to do it. It just reminds me of crown jewels and heirloom pieces. This could be your next heirloom piece, to be honest. I mean, 2.5 carat ruby, also old pricing. This is not new pricing at all. Again, gents rings, with the amount of gold in it, we just can't really do gents rings anymore with how much gold and labor it costs to make it. Back on the wheel it goes. Let me just show you what it looks like close up. You see, so you have that sort of curved inner frame. It's really reflecting the color and saturation of that stone, and then you turn it around. You have completely finished under gallery, still lots of gold because of that wide band. And it's just quite stunning, I think, this ring is. And it's not going to be $79.99. It's not even going to be $69.99. Yeah, someone is getting in trouble today. They're leaving too many old prices in the bags. They really need to start updating this, you know? We got to start updating the Google Doc with all of these prices in it. But you guys get lucky this way. And $69.99 it is not going to be. Let's just make it $5,999 for our one only gents ring. $59.99. And keeping up with the red sort of theme, I already showed we showed 2 of our museum largest red beryls earlier in today's show. I showed our little starter red beryl, our 14-pointer, our little designer floating band ring. But I still got a couple more up my sleeve. I still have a few more. And this next one, I did show yesterday, but I feel like it's only fitting that I show it again when we have a slightly larger audience. So let's just bring it out, shall we? Gents ring is still here. If you want to inquire about it, please give us a call. But yes, we have our other pear shape in the bridge. I don't know where I was going with that. It's in a bridge. This is item number 1130928. If perhaps you like pear shapes, but the 14-pointer was a little bit maybe too designer for you, you want something a little bit more classic, this would be the way to go. It's set in the very classic bridge mount. It's our 45-pointer, so it's almost reaching that half carat mark, so that's when it starts to get really, really crazy. But you know, over a quarter carat is already a huge deal, and then of course, because it's already quite a significant size, you have almost an entire carat in diamonds, and it's set in the white and yellow gold, a 14 carat. Yeah, this one, I believe yesterday, the valuation that they gave me for a stone that's almost half a carat, that almost clears half a carat, in the uber rare red beryl that so we somehow missed for a red beryl extravaganza, we really should have brought it out. I mean, 45 point in a bridge, this one would have gone immediately, and this was actually on average larger than all of the ones we had on Wednesday. Yeah, so it was valued at over $21,000 for this piece. But I thought we need to give it a true fighting chance of finding a great home. So we're going to keep it the same price. We're not going to just raise the price because it's less than 12 hours later. So yeah, yesterday I had it for $59.99. That is still the price today. And we really want it to go out to a great home. And this is a great deal for this red beryl. I mean, yeah, we're not going to raise the prices just because it's been a couple of hours. It's literally been a few hours, less than a little over 12 hours, I think. Yeah, I had this in the beginning of the show yesterday. So here it is. Yeah, this is quite a stunning piece, and it's super uber rare. I've talked ad nauseum about the red beryls over the last 2 or 3 days. But I just cannot emphasize about how rare it is. Like, if you go out into anywhere in the industry. You go to downtown LA, you go to New York City Jewelry District and ask for red beryls. You could be looking for probably an entire week, can't find anything. Or if you do, it's probably going to be a tiny little 9-pointer and they're selling it for 20, 30 grand. This one is definitely a steal for one of those out there. Maybe you don't need something bigger than half a carat. You don't really want something where you just leave it in your safe and just view it every couple days, every couple weeks. This one, you just want something that you are able to wear pretty often. This would be the one for you. Yeah, I cannot believe that this one is still here. The bridge is such a classic ring. Usually our more classic mountings tend to go first, but yeah, I'm shocked. This one really should have gone by now. Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, I can't let the end of the show go by without at least mentioning that this one was still here. I feel like I'd be doing both the ring and you guys a disservice if I didn't at least mention it. Okay. Moving on. We still got 30 minutes left, so that's plenty of room to show more jewelry in quite a limited amount of time. So I guess what's coming up next is almost like a speed round, maybe, kind of, sort of. So yeah, let's just keep it moving. Red beryl still here, as are the other two, but you know what, call in, let me know. Sometimes these things do also go at the end of the show. I get it. Sometimes this is a big purchase. You just need to think about it, let it simmer a little bit. We get it. All right, so next up we have, look at that. This is a stunner. This is item number 1129250. So not brand new, but it has been here for a little bit. This is our 1-carat-08 pear-shaped fawn. So that is a fawn diamond. Extremely clean and beautifully cut 1-carat-08 natural fawn diamond with 55 points in diamonds on either side. It's a very classic, simple, elegant ring. I mean, it's a 1-carat-08, so you know, most of that is coming from that fancy colored diamond. And then of course you've got over half a carat in diamonds on either side. And this is probably one of those items that I really should have not saved for the last minute, but it is only available to one of you. I wish we could do a million of these as well, but we cannot, alas. 1-carat-08. I mean, we had our slightly over 1-carat necklace yesterday, and with the single yellow diamond with the halo of white diamonds around it, that one, the oval. Man, we're gonna be dreaming about that one for a while. And that one went very, very quickly because it was a great deal, and I'm sure this one is as well. Supposed to get out of here at $89.99. I mean, if you go out, I think you can find diamonds that are probably more included, lower quality for that same exact price. And this is a VS2 quality stone. I think one of my brother's friends is getting married, or technically he was getting engaged a couple months ago, and he was asking for my opinion on what type of engagement ring to get. And we were shopping around. We were looking at, because he did have a limited budget, so we were looking at both, natural, lab grown. We were looking at all of that. And you will not believe how much some of these diamonds are, just for the diamond. No gold, no side stones, nothing like that. For just a 1-carat, I think I saw someone selling a 1-carat VS2 white diamond for about $15,000 with nothing else on it. Just the stone, just no gold, no accent diamonds, nothing. $15,000 for a 1-carat VS2 quality stone. And for this one, we were supposed to let it go for $89.99, but we're not going to do that today. We wanted to go get a great deal out the door for this natural fawn diamond. And it's not going to be $89.99 or $79.99. or even $6,999. Let me just go ahead and try this one on for you. I feel like this is so, actually, before I try it on, I'm just gonna hold it up so you can see the profile view, because look at how that's set. It kind of like arches up and comes back down. It's such a cool little ring. I feel like this one, and you have diamonds on either side, on the top and the bottom as well. So yeah, now let's try it on. And then this is what it looks like on the hand. I feel like this would be also such a cool mounting for engagement rings. If you look on either side, you have almost like a knot style on the edge of either of the band, on either sides of the band. And that fawn diamond color is really, really prominent even from a distance away. And just that sparkle factor is unmatched. But not for $69.99 and not for $59.99. Or even $4,999 for this one-of-a-kind fawn diamond. And I know there was a period in time where everyone was loving the fawn diamonds, and I feel like we can bring that back. Usually here at TVON we have trends almost, and they're always cycles. There's sometimes when bluing tanzanites we always get requests for bluing tanzanites. Recently we always get requests for moonstones and copper-bearing tourmalines. We got to bring back the fawn diamond cycle, and this might be the piece to do it. $49.99 is not going to be one only deal of the day, or the deal of the last 20 minutes of the day. Let's just make it $3,999. $39.99, and back on the wheel it goes. Oh my goodness. I got way too excited about this one. It is gorgeous. And yeah, I mean, you can't really tell with the detail up close, but as you're wearing it, you can see how the way it arches. It's just such a nice little detail. You can tell the designer really, really thought about how they wanted the ring to look on your hand. You know, it's not just for everyone else looking at your hand, it's also for the wearer. Okay. 20 minutes left in today's show, and hopefully the last time I'll be up here this week, but seems unlikely. However, I believe Lauren will be back next week at the if she's not back tomorrow, she will be back on Wednesday. So please tune in. Wednesday we are doing a special event that I don't know the full details of yet, but I hear it's going to be very, very exciting. So please mark your calendars for April 1st. We're debuting something very, very special. Yeah, April 1st. And honestly, while you're at it, mark every other Wednesday of the month. Every single Wednesday, I think we're doing something. We're debuting something new. So definitely do that. Just similar to how last Wednesday we had our red beryls. Next Wednesday we have something new, and the Wednesday after that, and the Wednesday after that. So mark your calendars, at least for the month of April. We'll see how it goes. We're just going to do brand new Wednesdays. Okay. Moving on. I almost tried to pick it up with the back of the tweezers. You can't do that, Joanne. All right, next up. Ooh, I know I had a pink sapphire, or not a pink sapphire. I had a sapphire wheel earlier today, but just in case maybe you're not into the museum level size, the collector size, I thought I'd bring something just a little bit smaller, a little bit more everyday perhaps. This is item number 1128577. This is our 1-carat 09 emerald cut unheated pink sapphires with 99 points in diamonds. So you have almost a carat in diamonds all around the band, around the halo, and then similarly to the band from earlier, there's also diamonds across the top, which I will show in just a moment. Yeah, this is definitely more of an everyday size. Maybe if you're not into the 2-carat plus, this is the more palatable size for you. This is definitely more of that hot pink versus that purpley pink from that wheel, which I'll just flash in right here just so you can have a quick little comparison if you can see. See how that one's like definitely more purpley, vibrant pink? This is more of that sort of slightly more muted purplish pink as well. And the emerald cut as well. So, you know, you get more planes of light versus flashes like the oval. And this one also got a brand new markdown today. And yeah, it's just such a simple, easy to wear ring. I mean, if you just want to add a little pink to your life, I mean, who doesn't need a little bit of pink every now and then? This would be the ring to do it. And it's supposed to go out at $69.99, but that's not going to be our price for this one today. $69.99. It's not going to be $59.99 or even $4,999. Let me go ahead and try this one on for you. It's such a adorable little dainty little ring. I mean, as dainty as it can be. It's slightly small for my hand, but it still looks so great. It's great for every day, I think. It's so classic, and I kind of like the addition of the mirror finish gold. It almost looks like there's stripes on it. I mean, I can't say there are stripes because that's trademarked, but it does look like there are stripes. It is so, so very cool. And as you can see, as I move my hand versus the oval that we had earlier where it was almost flashes of light, this is more of those sort of planes of light, sheets of light. It's definitely much more palatable, at least for me, for every day with my teeny tiny fingers. And $49.99 it's not going to be. It's not going to be $39.99 or even $2,999 for this unheated pink sapphire. Not heated, unheated. $29.99 is not going to be. Back on the wheel it goes, and I'm going to try to get it off my hand because it is a little bit small. Ooh, cutting off circulation a little bit. $29.99 it is not. Let's just blow it out. One of my last items of the day. Let's just make it $2,499. $24.99 for our unheated pink purple sapphire. And of course, if you have any last minute requests, or if there's any requests you want to see for tomorrow, you can always go ahead and call us, email us, however you want to get your request in. We will do our very best to accommodate you. And hopefully we can bring it out for tomorrow. You can even request an hour that you want to show it at. For example, if you want to see it in the second hour, just let your operator know. If you want to see it at maybe, for example, 12:30 Pacific time, you can let your operator know that as well. And we will do our best to accommodate every request we can possibly have, as long as we have the piece, of course. Okay, I remember I had these two pieces that someone called in at the end of the show yesterday to bring out upon request, but I don't think they ever called in today. So just in case that they are still watching, I'm just going to show them really quick, side by side. So let's move on from the pink sapphire. It's the Brazilian Paraiba in quartz. I had two yesterday. This is one of them, and this out of the two is my favorite. I just kind of love how unique it is that it splits perfectly in half between the Brazilian Paraiba and the quartz in the classic bridge mounting. This one was item number 1128159. Yeah, 1128159, just in case you were curious. And let me just zoom out a little bit. I mean, we can still keep the graphics up there, it's okay. And yeah, this one was up here for $34.99 last night. And I think this is such a unique Paraiba quartz. We had a couple on Thursday that were more like, they had more spots of Paraiba quartz, whereas this one has a perfect separation between the quartz and the Paraiba, which I don't think we've seen very much of at all. Actually, I don't think we've had that at all. At least with Paraiba quartz, they're all a little bit different. And then, of course, we had this one a little bit before that. This is our 2K88 baguette Brazilian Paraiba quartz. This is item number 8196 for your reference. And with a carat and 24 in diamonds, so a little bit less diamonds, a little bit less carat weight, but you know, with Brazilian Paraiba quartz, they're all a little bit different. Like, if you compare the two of them, sometimes the Paraibas are a little bit darker, sometimes they're a little bit lighter. As for this one, the baguette one, it's the Paraiba is perfectly in the center of the actual stone, whereas the other one is split in half pretty evenly. And this one, I mentioned this yesterday, but it looks like the quartz is almost perfectly framing or encapsulating the Paraiba part, and then the diamonds are built as another frame around that. It's just a very different look for each of them, even though they are the same thing. I think they're different enough where, you know, it's not like you'd ever have repeats in your collection. If you're someone who doesn't like to repeat this type of stones you have, I wouldn't even consider this a repeat. Even though they are the same type, they look so different that you can pair them with different things, wear them in different ways. It's just so very versatile. And this one, the smaller of the two, was actually going to go for $24.99. So, you know what? For me, it's less about the carat weight and more about the look of the composition look of both the stone and the ring. So if personally, I kind of like the split half and half. I like the heavy diamond weight, and I just like how it just looks almost like it was intentional. Someone just took two halves and fused it into one stone. But no, that was all Mother Nature's doing. That's how I like it. But you know what? They're both beautiful in each their own way. So the 3 karat 53, $34.99. The 288, $24.99. So you get $1,000 difference, but it is a big difference in terms of weight, gold weight, stone weight, diamond weight. It does vary quite a bit. So it really does depend on your personal preference. But yes, at least to me, I know many people might argue with me, but in terms of this stone, it's much more about the stone and the composition itself versus not so much the weight and all the stats, if you will. Okay, and we're coming up on the last 10 minutes of the show. If we have any other requests, you can get them in here under the wire if you would like. Yeah. But in the meantime, I guess we already have these two pieces up here. We can just start a little bit of a recap wheel. I mean, we did have a lot of great pieces today, so I feel like this is kind of a great place to start. We can just start putting things up here, and then maybe if anything is still here, ooh, we have that I believe it was in the within the first 5 items, we have that faceted crystal opal still here. I can't believe that one's still here. It's only the second time it's been on the air, this one. And I can't believe it. Look at that. It is gorgeous. Faceted crystal opal, very different from any other cabochon crystal opal, I think. We have my favorite star sapphire from my very first trio. Let's just put the other one in here because I believe this one is also here as well. We can just rearrange these a little bit. We're just rearranging as we go. We have the copper bearing tourmalines from earlier today. I know today was quite a lineup, I think. We have, oh my goodness, we have the very large, beautiful rainbow moonstone from earlier too. This is going to be the elongated pear shape. And I don't think we can leave here without at least mentioning the barrels, the red barrels that we had. I mean, we didn't have too many today, but we did have a couple. I mean, that fawn diamond is also still here. Might as well put that in the mix. Yeah, let's just rearrange some of these a little bit. Oh my goodness, did I already bag them up? Oh, that was not what I meant to do. And then, of course, we have the very first item of the day, the 1 karat 02 diamond band. Look at that. We do have the 1 karat 02 diamond band still here as well. Yeah, today was a great show. I'm like looking at everything we've had today, and we've had so many special items. I mean, come on. We got a radiant cut kunzite. Are you kidding me? Look at those flashes. So stunning, so beautiful. I mean, this one's very, very hard to beat. Yeah, I think even though it is half the size of the other one we had, it is probably still considered my favorite. Just personal preference. I mean, everything is up to the eye of the beholder, right? Okay. All right, and yeah. We also have a couple items from the Sapphire wheel as well. And it looks like we're taking other requests. So yeah, oh my goodness. There was actually a lot I didn't get to today, but if I am still doing this tomorrow, hopefully I will be able to get to it during tomorrow's show. I'm sure I will. Yeah, a lot of these things I showed today were actually meant for yesterday. I just didn't have time, so that's kind of the good thing about, you know, doing impromptu shows. You kind of can make it up as you go. All right. And we can also put some things that I also didn't get a chance to show today, maybe just as a little sneak peek. I mean, why not, right? We have a gold quartz. I didn't get a chance to show this one. I mean, we can move that moonstone a little bit. We have a gold quartz, really big. didn't get a chance to show that. We have a museum level pink diamond, which I also didn't get to show today. I mean, yeah, a lot of great things that we have. Sometimes I'm astonished by how much of our inventory is just hits upon hits upon hits. I just realized I just put that there and you can't even see it. You know what? I think this is a good recap for today. This is a lot of pieces already. So if you are just tuning in at the very tail end of our show, or if you have stuck with me for this long, thank you guys so much for watching. I have had such a great time with you guys today, and I hope I will be back with you tomorrow, but if I am, yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here with me today. Hopefully Lauren will be back tomorrow, but if she's not, please continue to wish her a get well soon. We will still have a great show tomorrow regardless. And of course, if you have any requests at the end of the show, we will be here for a few minutes. All of our operators will be happy to take your call, so feel free and go ahead and do that. And of course, mark your calendars for April 1st. We got a very special show coming up every Wednesday for the rest of April. Well, it's March now. But for the month of April, every single Wednesday we have a very special show. So yeah, mark your calendars and make sure you're booked for the Wednesday of every single one this month. Thank you so much, and let's get back to the wheel with the recap. Oh my goodness, I feel like I forget how to talk when that camera's on my face. Isn't that so funny how that happens? Yeah. The 216 star sapphire. Thank you so much. All right, looks like there are some things going out from the beginning of the show. You know what? That's kind of the reason we do that, right? The 216 star. Sorry, I'm like trying to see from the, I'm like looking at the back of the rings and I can't exactly see what's what, but that's okay. And then yes, we also have, oh my goodness, copper bearings. We have all the other sapphires left. My goodness. Today was actually a pretty good lineup. And if I did happen to crash your brunch, I apologize, but I'm actually not that sorry because I love brunch and I might not be able to go to my own brunch, but I sure can crash yours. All right, and just because we have an empty space, here is one of those red barrels that we mentioned a little bit earlier from yesterday. I mean, we might as well have both of them up here, right? Give it one last look before we gotta move on for today. So yes, we have the red barrel, two red barrels. We have the 82 point and the 79 point. Those are both still here, and we still, the ones that we have left, if you are still trying to get your hands on a red barrel, just give us a call and we will let you know what we still have and let you know all the prices. We have all that information and we'll be happy to give that to you. If, of course, you want to ask about gold color change, anything like that, we'll be happy to help you out as well. And if you guys don't know, customer service is actually here every single day, or not every single day, every weekday from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So any questions you have about returns, about shipping statuses, about order status, anything like that, you can also call on weekdays any time during that time frame, or you can email us, leave a voicemail, and we'll get back to you the next business day. Or you can even comment or message us through our live chat on our website. We'll be happy to help you out there as well. Or even if you want to place orders during that time, we can do that too. No biggie. Yeah, sure. The very first item of the show, I feel like that one does have to go. 3-stone diamond ring going on the hand. This one, look at that. This was our 1K02 3-stone diamond band set in the platinum. Does have to stay in the platinum. But it is fantastic. For $16.99, it is probably one of the best deals we have of today's show. And with this one, we have 3 minutes left in today's broadcast. If you need me to stay after the broadcast, we can. You would just have to pop onto one of our live stream platforms on YouTube, Facebook, or our website at TVON.com. And yes, this one I believe is verifying, but before they say sold, let's just put it back on the wheel, shall we? Yes, 1K02, so about at least 30 points for each stone. And yeah, 3 minutes left in our show. And please continue to send your prayers and well wishes to Lauren. I'm sure she's very sad she's going to be here, especially with our special shows coming up and with just coming off of our Red Beryl debut. I feel like, yeah, I would much rather her be the one showing this, because I sure cannot do them justice, but you know, sometimes stones speak for themselves. Yeah, these are some wonderful pieces that we have left. If anyone has anything they want to see for tomorrow, give us a call. If you have anything you want to see at a later date, or maybe next week, definitely, probably not on next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, our lineup is pretty set. We don't really have that much room to move items, but if you do have any requests for any other day next week, let us know. Or if there's anything you would like to have custom made, that's also a great question. You can ask customer service, or you know, our design department. We're happy to forward any of that to them. Yeah, if there's anything, let's go ahead and try on that faceted crystal opal one more time. Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, this is another stone that is pretty new to us. We only just showed it yesterday. I mean, look at that. The way the colors flash through is it's so different from the other opals that we've had before in the capuchon. I think it's so unique and so special. All right, 1 minute left, back on the wheel. And I think that 3 stone is gone. So let me just take that away and do a tiny bit of rearranging before we have to say goodbye until tomorrow. Okay. Yes, sirree. And yeah, I just want to say a final thank you to everyone who stuck with me for the last 3 hours. I know it's not the most informative way of jewelry, but you know what? Sometimes you just want to look at pretty jewelry, don't want to hear all that information. If anything, you can always put me on mute and just watch the pretty sparkles flash by. Anyways, have a good rest of your day. I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and I will see you guys tomorrow, most likely, maybe not. I don't know. We will see. So see you next time. Have a good rest of your day, and goodbye.